Hi, everybody. Welcome to TVON. My name is Blair. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday. So glad you're here. Aren't we glad the weekend is here, too? Hope you can stay with us for the next 3 hours and celebrate that kickoff to the weekend, as we have an amazing way to do just that. We are going to celebrate jewelry as we always do, but this is about value. It is about new. It is about even some returning favorites that we have, and there is a very, very, very important Tanzanite that we will unveil tonight. It is a round, it is a museum reserve, and it is over 6 carats, but in a classic style mounting. Now also, you know, just last night I really had a very important 2-carat 10 ruby out of Burma, and it was, as a 2-carat 10 Burma ruby that is transparent should be, it was a little bit pricey. There are rubies of that same variety, that same ilk. We're going to talk about Burma. 5 incredible pieces tonight. They are blowout pricing. They're all in platinum. They all have diamonds. They're all just as rich and blue and gemmy, because that's what we want, right? We want the blue reds out of Burma. That's what we're going to have tonight, but really hopefully one for everybody, and the price point is just right. So, and actually it's probably a little too low, but don't tell the industry we're doing that. We're just, again, doing what we do best, which is value no matter how high-end it is. So we do have those on the way. A conch pearl is here. We've got some really fabulous Tanzanite earrings as well on the way, blue zircon, and maybe the most, well, it is the most intense Kunzite I've ever seen. It happens to be in a pendant. It's a huge size, and it is an emerald cut. But I think probably the most exciting part is it's the value. It is the value. I've had pendants like this that weren't as high-end in color, and they were 3 times the price. And guess what? They're sold. They found their happy homes. We're going to bring you a value tonight that is really incredible. So if you've ever wanted a big statement gem in a pendant, we've got it for you. And then just in case, listen, it's not every day we can bring out a Paraiba bracelet with huge stones that has almost 10 carats of Paraibas and diamonds as well, and a true one-of-a-kind. Nobody else will ever bring you anything like this. And, you know, with JCK going on right now in the most high end as far as the jewelry world is concerned, as far as trade shows go, it really is a day when we can bring out some pieces here before they head on out, because obviously a lot of us have to head out near the end of the show, which is on Monday. So, again, we get to tell you about some really precious pieces that you're going to get a last shot on before they actually make their debut on the glamorous JCK floor. So all of that and more. If you have a request on this Friday night, maybe something you've been looking for, something you would hope to see on the show, instead of waiting for it to magically appear, you can just say the word and we can bring it to you, and we'll just bring it out. Okay, so sound good? We've got a lot of great pieces to get to. I'm going to start. It was a tough call on where to start tonight. We don't have a lot of the uber affordable tonight. I will just say up front, there's not going to be like a $300 or $400 item, but I do have really important high-end that we're going to bring down to an affordable price. So I actually want to start with one of those. It's going to be Aqua, and this is where we show you exactly how stunning this gem and, of course, this quality of the Sierra Santa Maria in a classic can be. But the beauty of it is it's also going to be this huge value. So we're going to hit the ground running tonight. We got 3 quick hours and that's it. And it's really all about, again, whatever you'd like to see. Treat yourself Friday night, as we already here, gosh, getting into June here, and really excited to think about the summer events coming up and those important occasions that we want to commemorate, celebrate, or maybe you just love a value on whatever piece that you see that you love. Well, that's what this is all about tonight. So here we go with 11269.93. This being one of our bigger and better of the Aquamarine world, Sierra Santa Maria, of course. And then you also have 18 karat gold. So we're even doing the extra luxury in the gold there, 75% pure in the white gold. Then you've got that 4 carat 59 stone, 82 points in the double halo as well. A little bit of a split shank on the side just to really anchor it, because when you have a bigger gem, especially if you're going to go all out and you're going to bring it out with the double halo and you're going to add that link to it, well, you want to support that properly so it doesn't spin or turn too much on the hand. Well, this is the solution, that split shank. We think of every last detail to make sure your jewelry is not just gorgeous, but also beautiful and comfortable and wearable and all those things. So here we go with a big value, $79.99. Actually, I've got a few Cellar Melted holdovers tonight that I saved for this Friday night as we kick off the weekend. So get ready for some big old values where we would have seen an $800 additional discount, and that is just not the case. Here's what it looks like on the hand. This is actually even close to the Paraiba. I had to slip on the Paraiba bracelet, which is there. And at first glance, you might think they are related or similar or matched, but this is more of that true blue. Of course, you get more of a blue-green in the Paraibas, and it's going to be better than $79.99. So come on in if you like that ring. That ring is a stunner, isn't it? It's got a nice big size, and we're going to blow it out. That's why, again, doesn't matter how early in the show or how late in the show, it's really consistent blowouts all the way through, especially as we celebrate the weekend upcoming. So instead of even half that price at $4,000, $50. This is the March birthstone, but the best variety out there. There's not a better color. There's not a better saturation than Sierra Santa Maria, and usually they cost you about $60,000 a carat. You can actually look it up right now. If you type in Sierra Santa Maria Aquamarine's auction, you will find that there are some, not all auctions or not all auction price tags or sale prices are actually published. Some are not made public, some are private. Just depends on the auction house or the bidder, but different rules for different auction houses. But there have been many a published account of Sierra Santa Maria's going for $60,000 a carat. That one, that would be worthy, wouldn't it? I think we all see that. And $4,000 for the whole ring with the stone that's 4 carats 59 and the diamonds. Pretty impressive. We're actually going to take it quite a bit lower than this. It's not $4,000 or $3,000 or even $2,000. It's $19.99. So starting off as we like to do with a mega value here for one and, oh, well, it's really for one caller, but again, first caller grabs it. So as many people as are admiring it from afar right now, there is only one caller that is going to be lucky enough to call it their own and say, it's mine. So here we go at $19.99. We'll give that about 30 seconds. And then who's ready for the 30 carat plus Kunzite? That is the richest color I have ever seen. I bought the richest color I'd ever seen back 8 years ago, but that was at the time. Since then, we've had darker and richer and brighter and more neon colors come through. So that's been exciting as well. We do have a gold quartz pendant, also a yellow diamond bypass ring that is really, really pretty. Very different and bold compared to what we've seen before. And then a more simple Tanzanite pendant is here. Something that is also new. We've got some fancy cuts here, and that round, oh, that round. I'll be showing it, previewing it in just a bit. You know where I want to start, though, as far as bracelets go, is with this one, because this is a really special piece that we actually had in a necklace the other day. Yeah. And let me know who's got this one. Okay, so let's move on, because I know we're very excited about this bracelet. Now, do you remember the mother of pearl and then the gold bars in the necklace? I know some of you who picked them up. We have the matching bracelet here, and it's adjustable, and that's happening right now. 112-3012. Let me pop it on my wrist first here so you can see this from a distance away. And I know it's gonna have the privilege and I would say maybe a little bit of a struggle to have to sit next to that Paraiba bracelet, but it is solid gold and then mother of pearl, and it's basically going to be 3 to 1 on the link. So you're going to have mother of pearl links times 3, and then every one of those in between the 3 mother of pearl links is going to be yellow gold all mirror finish. So this is mother of pearl that we don't have a carat weight on, but needless to say, there's quite a bit of it here in that it is all solid slabs through and through. But then you also have those mirror polished, like you see there, the bars of gold. Now this is going to have adjustability. So I want to show you the lobster claw clasp on one side, and then the other side is going to have a bit of an extender. So what that's going to allow you to do is actually fasten it anywhere between 7 and 8. Okay, so you can really fine tune it for what you like, and of course that may change by the day, just depending on how much drape you want the bracelet to have. So 7, really, you could go 7 1/4, 7 1/2, 7 3/4, or all the way up to 8. Then there's that little heart charm mirror finished end cap for you as well. So this will be a quick one. Actually, no, we have actually 3 available in the fabulous mother of pearl. I know mother of pearl gets a little shy under these bright lights because I'll show it against the real close up here so you can see it a little bit better. But it's actually, again, we had the matching in the necklace. This is the identical match as far as scale and size and all of that. And then you can see here as I turn it, that mother of pearl is going to be both sides. So really, again, solid through and through, like a little, you know, rectangular slab of mother of pearl, all bezel set in the gold. Then you've got your gold links as well, which could actually be engravable if you wanted to. Like maybe I could see, since there are several gold links per each bracelet, what you could do is you could actually do maybe a monogram or initials of different folks on each bar, just thinking out loud here. But take a look again on the hand. So I really want you to see the size perspective. It's really one size fits most, and it's going to be only in the yellow gold. And it's a really fun way to do like casual but vibrant, because it really makes an impression. I think a lot of times we think jewelry is casual when it must be small, and then it doesn't get noticed. But sometimes there are pieces that are very noticeable, but they still have that kind of, you know, casual, wear every day, stack up and layer vibe. And it's not going to be $9.99. So we've got 8 inches of gold. There's actual gem material there with the mother of pearl. Sorry, I don't have a carat weight. We don't usually give mother of pearl carat weights. We give more of a, again, you see the dimensions there. Really, it's, I would say about each link is maybe about 1/2 inch by 1/8 of an inch or so as far as the mother of pearl is concerned. And yet it's not going to be $888 or $777. A big value, 3 only. You can get more than one if you'd like to. Maybe you're thinking about gifting one for you, one for them. Maybe having a nice little matching set or stacking stacking and layering. It's not $6.99 or $5.99. We're going to make it only $499 for the bracelet, and only 3 available. And they're all identical, all the same adjustability, all in the yellow gold. And then, of course, you can definitely call me on that Paraiba bracelet that has about 8.5 carats of Paraiba and lots of diamonds. So $4.99 on the bracelet, and then let me know if you'd like one of those. 3 available, and already it looks like 1 is gone. And actually, yes, 1 gone, 2 left now. So $4.99. So that's going to be definitely our most affordable piece of the show, barring any auctions that go awry. You never know. I'll be doing some of those tonight because we had a lot of fun the last couple nights with some zero to start auctions that ended up going for pennies on the dollar of what they should have gone out for. So that's something I'm willing to play that game again and give you some really big values there. So let me know if you'd like our last 2 there. I will move along, and feel free to call us if you'd like that bracelet. And then let's show you the gold quartz here, because this is also something that a little more unique of a stone here. It's item number 1126615. And don't forget about that gorgeous aqua for $19.99. I know that was a bold move to start with such a high-end ring, but I couldn't help it. That was one of our better values. So aqua's still here, bracelets 2 available if you'd like them. Here's the gold quartz with a little bit of extra saturation in the colors to it. It's item number 1126615, and it's going to be our 3 carat 23 in the gold quartz. That is 24 karat gold that is within that quartz gem, similar to what we've seen. I actually do have a new Brazilian Paraiba where the Brazilian Paraiba crystals are within quartz as well. There's a new one here tonight in a bridge mounting. So if you've been missing the boat on those and you want to get one, we've got a good option for you tonight. But this one is the gold quartz, diamonds at 27 points. In the white gold is how it will stay. Here's what it looks like. See, the same pattern's actually going to go all the way through that stone. And then I've got the ruler at the ready to show you here from a distance away what it looks like on the hand, how it measures, how it's going to look from a ways away, and then you'll see it on the neckline. But let's give you a nice measurement here. First, it is 1 inch top to bottom, and maybe just a tad more. And then here's what it's going to look like from a distance also. So you can get a good idea of what that's all about, just size-wise. So important to take advantage of this one. Not going to be anything like I think you'd expect, maybe $29.99 or $24.99, somewhere in that neighborhood. We're going to go a lot lower than that. And again, lots of diamonds there all the way up to that bail. And then a little bit of a split right above the stone and its halo there as well. So we'll take another close-up look at it, get you a big value on this one. And the bail extends, by the way, well down the sides. I'll show you there. See how it goes all the way to the base of where that halo is? So actually, it's a really good size bail. If you have omega chains or diamonds by the yard, you like the idea of using those instead, well, that would be a great way to go as well. So there we go, $24.99. Let's make it easier and better. And a Friday night is made for shopping. Start the weekend off right. Celebrate. We made it through another week. And this is how we do it instead of even, I don't know, maybe we need to go better than $19.99 on the gold quartz. That's got quite a size to it, I must say. It's a really nice, gorgeous, weighty size, and it's got a lot of that color that we're not used to seeing. Sometimes they can be lighter, and sometimes they have a little more kind of orangey golden base. This one really has that great contrast there within the quartz, and we'll make it only $9.99 instead. And don't forget about that aqua. Big aqua still here. I have 2 great Spinels, really important purple pinks, and I can't decide which one I like better, so I'm going to put them up together for you so you can decide which one's better for you. And they are, you guys know big purple Spinels get really pricey really fast. I have gotcha the deal on the Spinels tonight. So big Spinels coming your way, and they're very durable for everyday wear as well. And don't forget about that bracelet. 2 left on the bracelet. Still have that ruby deal coming up in about 15 minutes. We won't make you wait too long on the Burma Ruby Spectacular. We got a great wheel of Burmas, and there will be something for everybody if you're looking for affordable. And then here's again, reminder on that aqua. There's that aqua. Just true blue, vibrant, gorgeous. I know that's always a risk to put up anything. Something's got to start the show, right? But, you know, especially on a Friday night, a lot of people going to join us a little later in the show. So you guys get first dibs. You are getting the first right of refusal on what I have really, you know, looked at the inventory every day, look at the whole inventory, really gather up what's the best value for us together collectively. And I'm a value lover just like you are. So that's really, I mean, it's more fun to bring you values. You know, it's a tough go to say, here's a great piece of jewelry, it's $83,000. That makes it tougher for all of us. It's a lot easier to say, here's a great piece, $8,000 art price, we're going to make it $19.99. So that one I'd highly recommend. Also have those 2 gorgeous Spinels. Well, it's probably time right now. This is just a great option. I could go through literally dozens and dozens of shows and never have one stone like what I'm going to show you essentially 2 of. So let's give you an option here with the Spinel, first of all, that's more of the purple color. And then I have another that's got a little more pinky purple. And I really do want you to, see them together so you can really choose which one is better for you. This is a very rare category of stone. Now, it's not something we present all the time. So it's one of those a little bit tougher to kind of comprehend and understand where they're priced at, where they should be valued at. I don't know why I can't get that smudge off that stone, but I am going to do my best to give it a good little massage here to see if I can get that smudge off that stone. Or maybe we just have to, I'll just take it down. If it ain't working, it ain't working. But I'll tell you what, if you like that stone, looks like I'm going to need a little extra maybe tool to polish it. But there's a great stone here. It's just on the surface. So sometimes pieces that have been in a vault for a while, as these have, sometimes need a little bit of TLC, right? So here we go with the 2 Spinels, one purple, one pinky purple. Really your choice of here. You're going to decide which one you like the best. But here's the deal. The price tags are unbelievable. This is a really rare stone. First of all, let's do a little Spinel 101 for anybody who's going, Spinel. Did I get that from my class ring in 1981 when I graduated high school? Is that what I bought for $59.95 from the class ring? No. Those are usually, again, that's what a lot of people think. There's a lot of misconceptions with Spinel because a lot of people think back to those high school class rings where you bought something way back in the day and it was Spinel, but it was really a synthesized Spinel, and we were probably worried about other things at that point. Instead of, is my gem natural or is it lab grown? We weren't worried about things like that. We were thinking about what was our next step after high school. So now that we're all into gems and jewelry and can understand what the difference is, let's talk about what those were imitating. Those are usually synthetic versions of the main event, which is Spinel as a gemstone family, which is one of the rarest out there. And that's what this is, in one of the most exotic colors, and you're getting bigger sizes here. So depending on if you like the purple's actually the larger one that you're going to have an option. That one's just shy of 4 carats, and then the pear shape's actually going to be right around 3. So 2 great options. They're both coming extremely low in their price. Now, 2 different settings. The purple one also larger stone, has more diamond weight. It's not going to stop me from giving you a heck of a value. Take a look at the 2 options here. Let's go to item number 1115894. I told you it's been in the vault a while. It's a 111 number. So that tells us a lot. Then you've got the 397. This is for the left side. We'll just touch on that one first. Then we've got the 397 with a carat 15 in diamonds. The smudge is driving me nuts, so I'm just going to probably just skip it and bring it back to you on a different day. Let's just focus on this one because this one, who cares? The other one is not even a comparison when you talk about the size at 3 carats 97 and 115 in diamonds. And a purple Spinel out of where? Burma. The same, that sounds familiar. That's where we get the really, really good rubies from. This is the same location. You're looking at a beautiful, rich, regal purple color with a flash of blue and pink here and there. And it's our 397. And you're getting a huge stone here. do you remember during a big clearance event, the Sell It or Melt It deal? Anybody remember that purple that we had that was in the bridge? And it was down to a really incredible low price, but it was still $8,000. And it was about this size. I think it was a 415 as a matter of fact. So just a little bit shy of that. Incredible color to get, super clean. They're like sapphires. They're only one chemical element different. They're just a little bit more rare. They're their own separate gem family. So Spinel within it, just like we call sapphires blue or orange or pink or yellow. Same thing with Spinels. Remember the whole old adage about Spinels. They come in every color that sapphire does except for one, and that is, of course, the green. So if anybody tells you they got a green Spinel, no, they don't know what they're talking about. Green is the only color that Spinel does not come in that sapphire does. They're very similarly related. They're a lot of times going to be found in a lot of the same locales and origins and places, but also here you have that really important 397. We've done it up with a lot of diamonds. Pretty classic there on the split shank on the sides, the really pretty double halo. Watch how low this is going to go. It's not going to be $69.99 at all. We're going really ultimately low here on this one, and all I can say is dial early. I know it's Friday night. I know a lot of people don't tune into the last 10 minutes. Well, we got a whole 3 hours of value here, so we're not waiting for the last 10 minutes here to give you the deals. This is actually where the first deals of the day are actually really primed and ready here, are the first couple moments of the show. If you've been watching me for the last 25 years, you know that. It's, again, get you here, get you ready, put up the good things really, really soon, early on, so you guys get the great values. And yeah, it's not going to be $69.99. $14.99 or anywhere close. And this is why it's here. I would not normally bring out a $7,000 Spinel 19 minutes into a Friday night, but here's what we have to do. I know if I wait any longer, it's going to be fights. I'm going to disappoint a lot of people. There is only one. This color is beautiful. The clarity, sometimes they get too dark. I'm not a big fan of the Spinels when they get too saturated, when they get too overly dark, when they start to look a little bit hazy or faded, or you know what I'm talking about, right? Sometimes that's where Spinels can actually be a little bit, they're still high value, but they can fall a little bit because they're not always bright or they're not always punchy in their color. They can look a little bit dingy or dull, and that certainly is not the case here. I don't think anybody would call that stone anything but a wow. So instead of $69, watch this price. It's going to be incredible. 4 carats almost. Again, a very durable stone too. There's always that I want to mention since it might be new to your collection. It is one you wear also like sapphires and diamonds. It's an 8.5 on the Mohs scale, so wear it with all your other sapphires, rubies, and diamonds, meaning it's very durable for everyday wear. It's meant to be worn all the time, and so you have that going for it. But it's not going to be even 6 or 5 or 4 or 3, and that is the bright, vibrant color we love. You can see what it does here. Look at all the clarity from that side and that side. Can't find a flaw in that stone. It's a cushion, but it's got very cool extra modified cutting within it. So you still have that cushion exterior on the perimeter, but it's got a little extra facet pattern on the interior there to make it really just kind of glisten and glow, and it is not going to be $39. No collars yet. Well, it's going to change in a dramatic way because there's no way that this value isn't recognized for what it is. One of the strongest values I have ever had on a Spinel. And I mean, really overall, I mean, carat 15 and diamonds is going to be tough to do for this price going forward because remember, diamonds and gold are different now to make than they were when that piece was developed, which was about 7 years ago. And so you've got all the added value that's mixed in. And are you sure you don't want to get on the phone lines? Just sure you don't want to just get yourself front of the line, ready to go, ready to say yes, first right of refusal, because it's also not going to be $3,000 or $2,000 either. This is a giveaway. It is $1,999 to get you that purple Spinel, which is 4 beautiful carats. So that's the one to get right there, no question. And it's $19.99. So I'll give it 30 seconds, it's going to be gone, really long gone. So just a huge value. We got quite a few pieces that are high end, but really discounted to make sure that they go tonight. That's the whole idea of a Friday night. So beautiful option there. And let's take a look. We got a very special neon Spinel, dark bright. Look at that. That one's that's the Kunzite I was telling you about. That's the 30 carat pluser that is also here. What I thought was going to be, I don't know, $16,000. It's not. I've sold big stones like that before in Kunzite. Never have I had one that color. The saturation is so stunning, and we're very excited to bring that to you. That's brand new tonight as well. So we had a lovely emerald selection last night, and just about everything went. So I wanted to bring you something else tonight that was actually in yellow gold. We're going to go 112, 7927. We're not leaving that. We're not leaving the 397 Burmese Spinel. Cannot, will not. Look at that color. Look at that saturation. Cannot leave that here, and we won't. It's gone. Congratulations. See, the giveaways are in full effect. Look at this. Here's a new one, another new piece for us tonight, and it's going to be item number 112, 7927, and this is 18 karat gold. And you know what should happen? That aquamarine from earlier tonight should also get on out of here. We had that big aqua, so make sure you dial in for that one. And here we go with this bezel set emerald. How nice. Talk about a nice protective way to set your emerald, but it's also there for style. It's not just there for practicality, but for some fashion element as well. And that's going to be 18 karat gold, a 39-point oval emerald, and then diamonds that sweep around it. Look at this though. I'll point out there's rounds and there are princess cuts, but there are actually different setting styles because you might first glance and say, wait, are those rounds on the right and rounds on the left? And the answer is yes. But the reason they look a little different is because the rounds on the left side are actually done in more of a kind of a textured prong, and the rounds on the right side are actually done in a double channel. So that's why they look different. And then speaking of a channel, you've got also your baguettes, really. They're not really princess cuts. They're a little bit rectangular. So your baguettes are set also in a channel, and you have 3 bigger stones there. Total diamond weight is 27 points, and yet really has a flair for the dramatic here with the 18 karat rich gold, the beautiful 39-point emerald, which obviously, yes, a bezel is going to make that stone look bigger. So we know that by now. And then you've got a great look on the hand, which I will show you here right away. So you can see that piece. It actually might even make a cool pinky ring. It's a little bit on the wide side, but could work as a pinky ring as well, I would say, if you want to do it that way. And it's going to be a huge value. And don't forget about that Paraiba bracelet. Don't be shy about it. Just call me. We can make it yours. We can make it happen. We can give that away just like we can everything else, you know, just a little bit different metric on pricing. But the emerald is going to be going in a hurry. This one's not even $39.99, and that is one clean emerald. Usually we had to go to full-on rounds to get that kind of pop and sizzle of a stone. This time with the oval and still giving that glow, because what it comes down to is that clarity. And we have certainly got it there for you. So that one's actually going to be better than even $2,000. There's your 50% off Friday night deal. We're going to make it better than 19, better than 15. Better than 14, than 13. I mean, we're really ready. It doesn't matter how brand new it is. It's a blowout price, just like all the real oldies here too. I mean, everything's got to be on sale. That's how we do it. I'll make this $1,299 instead, and that is for just one caller. So of course, oh, we should touch on that. Most everything tonight is also a one of a kind. No different than we've been seeing for the last several months as we've been going through quickly on everything we have. So, okay, thank you. And then here we go. Is this, is it Ava Marie? Ava Marie. Oh, what a pretty name. What a pretty two names. I like it. So we have a quick pink and white diamond pendant coming up for her, and that's going to be a last call, 1110286 by request. Was she just looking for anything in pink and white, or did she want specifically this asymmetric designer heart? Because we have got a good one, and it's, I think, the only heart shape now with pink diamonds in it. So we'll show that to her. Thank you for the request. Here it is. This is, I always hesitate to show this to you like this. I want you to see the up close so you can see the diamonds, because they're some of our most saturated, but I hate to block any diamonds with the tweezers. So here it is. Let me show you from a distance so we can get a little size perspective. This has 43 points in pink diamonds, and then also the other side is going to be your white diamonds, and there's 29 points in the white. So 72 points overall, but you're going to get more in the pink, which I think is really nice because that makes it rare. It's 1110286. So Ava Marie, is that what she likes there? It's a really, really important pendant when you see the asymmetry slightly. It's got about a 7/8 of an inch top to bottom, including the bail, about 3/4 without the bail. And here's what we're going to do. Total weight, 72 points, almost 3/4 of a carat in the diamonds overall, and a beautiful way to go. Plus, you can even use your rose gold and your white gold chains with this one as well if you'd like to. So that makes it, I think, a little more versatile than just, you know, having you just set with one color only. Let's take a look at it on the neckline as well so you can get an idea of how that's going to look from a distance away and really give you the big value that I think we're all here for. That's what we're here for tonight. It's what we showed up for on a Friday night. Not just beautiful jewelry, but great value on that beautiful jewelry, and it's happening right now at $9.99 for the pink and white diamond heart-shaped piece that would be also a beautiful gift, because there aren't a lot of us that, you know, where else do you shop for natural pink diamonds out there? It's a little tougher to find pink diamonds in today's day and age, isn't it? Especially the natural ones. It's one thing if you're willing to forego any kind of like value or natural and you just want to go with like a look-alike or a heated stone or a treated stone. Very different when you're getting into the real deal. So that's what we have here for you always, and we'll show it to you again up close. Yes, questions? Hi, Lucille. Does she? Oh my goodness. Well, Lucille, I appreciate that. She wanted to call in and just tell us that she already has this, owns it and loves it, and says the TV does not do it justice. Well, thank you, Lucille, for that. That's wonderful to hear. I'm so glad. Sounds like you're really enjoying your pink and white diamond. And so that's exciting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that call. And was that not what she was looking for over there, Tim? Do we need to find something else for her, or she got one? Okay, sounds good. So we actually have, looks like we've got two available. So that means one gone, one left. Hey, Carrie, hi, happy Friday to you. Hey, Kirsten, thank you so much. If only I really was, right? You can look like one, but you can't necessarily be one, right? That's true. That's funny. She said princess. Oh, that's nice. And isn't that amazing? Oh, good. Oh, Kirsten, I was thinking of you. I was wondering if you would be here with us to get that matching bracelet, because I remember you got one of the necklaces. So thank you. Very nice. All right. Well, I'm glad that you saw it and glad that you got it. And I'm glad we had that value for you. All right. So thank you very much on that one. Speaking of great pendants, I know this is a little more, maybe not traditional here. The heart shapes are pretty traditional when it comes to a motif in jewelry, but this I love for something a little bit more bold, different. It's a floral, but a lot of florals look like kind of basics, you know, like there's some real simple florals like daisies and whatnot. Nothing wrong with those. I think every flower is pretty. But this is one that's really meant to look like an orchid, and very much, if you think about florals, the orchid, when you just look at them, the fascinating details they have in nature are pretty impressive, and this really replicates that well. 1120653 is our orchid style pendant with a hidden bail, so the top is actually what you're seeing on the left side of your screen. So it's actually going to sit like this, which you'll see in a moment. So it's going to be very directional. There's one edge that's more straight up and down, and then another edge that kind of flares out for you. But this is a mix of sapphires in the middle, a blue that's cornflower, a gorgeous green that's got a little bit of secondary blue, and then it's like a pinky golden, so almost a padbarasha there in the round that you see up top, and then a lot of diamond weight at 110. So diamonds galore, beautiful in the white gold. We can actually do this in yellow gold or rose gold, so if you really want to go outside the box, you can consider that. Think with all the white diamonds you have would be really pretty just the way it is, and you can see how from all the different angles and levels, very dimensional, right? Makes those curves and those turns and really has the pave kind of tucked in and up top and everywhere you want it to be, so that, you know, I think that we appreciate the dimension on pendants probably more than anything else, because sitting on the neckline where it does, people are seeing pendants from a lot of different angles. So it's nice to have all those different visual looks and see that detail that this one does so well. Here's the length of it top to bottom. It's going to be right there at about an inch, actually a little bit more. I would say like an inch and an eighth there from top to bottom. Again, your bail's hidden because, you know, orchids don't have a real, you know, extra bail to them, right? And so what we did was said, let's just put the bail behind it, let it rest gently against the neckline here, as I'll show you now, so you can see what that's all about. And yes, it is quite a statement piece, and I think you can really read that that's got that great orchid detail, and yet those different, as a lot of the orchids do, different colors within it that are just really centralized to those rounds. Let's go back to the wheel here, take another look at it. It is going to be a one only, and used to be $49.99. I think we need a little discounting action here. And that's exactly what we'll do. We're going to make that a lot better than even $2,000. Don't forget our Emerald of the Night is still here. That beautiful emerald that we had earlier, still something to think about. If you'd like this one, it is not going to be even 4 or 3 or 2. It's not $19.99. This is already a value for a carat 10 in diamonds, and then you've got that sapphire mix right there in the middle. There's also a large diamond there too. They didn't just leave it with the sapphires. They put in a really large diamond up there next to your sapphires, and now we're going to take it on down. I hope you're ready. It is going to be only $1,499. That's it. So a quick one only for our flora lovers or somebody who wants a nice little mix of sapphires. Then we've got the ultimate, okay, the Tanzanite pendant coming up is the coolest cut. We had a lot of fancy cuts over the years, even in our Blue Wing Block Ds. Wait till you see what we're going to bring you a first of. And then I also have hoops that are 312s tonight. Another way to get a really important diamond hoop without having to spend all that much. So we do have those as well. We had some 336s last night. Tonight we're going to bring you the 312s in a little bit smaller profile. So that's going to be coming up for you. But let's get to the new Tanzanite pendant. So this is one that, yes, when you see this on the neckline, I know we're going to just see it up close here for the beauty and the detail. We want to see the color, but this is a cut that is very much like an elongated trapezoid. You've got this really, I mean, imagine it as if you had a 3-sided trillion, and yet you kind of made a more emerald cut type of notch top. That's what this really looks like. And then to complete that, the extra bail there is going to be where you have your diamonds, and they're sit right up top. So think of it like the crown of your incredible stone here. It's 1128413. This one's brand new, and of course, very simple but elegant. It's really taking into account, I mean, this is what we do as designers, is we think about the stone is oftentimes the inspiration. If you're really talking about making jewelry pieces custom, making them important and special, you're letting the stone inspire the design so often, and that's exactly what happened here. The stone is really beautiful on its own. Didn't need a lot of extra, does it? It's just about getting that beautiful way to wear it so it can be, again, pretty and really wearable. It's a nice size stone. It's actually going to be our 614, so not quite a bit different than what we have later. We have a 609 coming up and around, but this is where that elongation is going to happen, so you get a really unique cut, and all the red flashes that we expect to see from a museum reserve Blue Wing Block D are still here. they're not only here, wait till you see it move a little bit, because right now we're getting kind of a bird's eye view. When I bring this up to see it kind of level with your eyes, you're going to see a lot of red flashes in the stone, as the museum reserves tend to do. And you've got just a little stack of diamonds, merely diamond accents at 3 points there, just to give it a little extra. Let's take a look at this. And it is going to be a nice size to wear every day, but still has that extra point. So that will be your bail. Here's your finishing right there on the inside. This one is just, look at that. I love the cutouts. They actually designed the basket work even to really give a little bit of the same thematics going on here with the cut of that stone. Fancy cut, yes. Big 6 carat 14, 3 points is the diamond weight. That's what it looks like from a distance away. So put your favorite chain right on through it. Your length is going to be overall, it's going to be right at just under an inch there, about 7/8 of an inch top to bottom. And take your favorite white gold chain or your favorite diamonds by the yard and put it together with it. And then here it is on the neckline for you to see how that's going to look size-wise from, I think, a little easier to just kind of perceive and get a little sense of the perspective there. So we've got one. It's gonna go, and quickly. I don't think there's any question about that, because this price is so good on a 6 carat, and yet that really cool point. I mean, that you see that wider base, the really good kind of, again, great wider body of the stone, but it really shows off those red flashes that we look for, and that is so often what we want to get with a Tanzanite, and there you can see them right there. So again, just getting it to eye level, just how everyone else is going to see it when it's on, is that direct viewpoint into the stone, seeing all those gorgeous reds, and again, this unique pattern that unusual fancy cut creates. So I think it's a great way to have, listen, you're going to be the only one in the world wearing something like that. There's nobody else who's going to have a similar piece. Yes, blue wing block Ds, there's a few TVON family members that are going to have those at this point in time, and aren't we a lucky group? But then this is a cut that is not here for anybody else, just you, and it's not going to be $69.99, because fancy cuts should go for more. There's a premium price tag on fancy cut stones. That's just the way it has to be, but we're going to take it so much lower than that. I just really want to remind you how important it is to dial in early. Just do that so you can be ready to go, because obviously the values are here. I wouldn't bring it to you if it wasn't a value. It's not the easiest thing in the world today to bring fine jewelry, especially of this level, at a value, but we're still doing it. We're still here and still bringing you those incredible values that you probably came to know us for. It's probably why you became a TVON viewer in the first place, is for those incredible values, and we will make it better than $6,000, $5,000, $4,000, even $39.99. Remember, there is only one, and it's going to stay in the white gold. There's your fancy cut stone. Beautiful colors throughout. The reds are gleaming. And remember, if you're thinking, well, I have a ring or I have an earring, but it's not the same cut. Of course it's not. There's never been a cut like that. There have been trillions. There have been other fancy cuts. There have even been some trapezoids, but nothing quite like this one is. But that is really not what makes a matching set. What really, to me, makes a matching set is when you have a coordinating color. And really, I think there should be an emphasis on having different cuts, because that's what shows. I think when they become a little too matchy-matchy, it can actually kind of look like a little bit more kind of a cheaper look. And so it's nice to have the coordinating colors where clearly the quality is there, because you see the rich saturation in the reds, but it's nice to have different cuts, different looks, and there's a lot of fancy cuts. There are the rounds and the ashers and the emerald cuts, and then of course the really, really rare ones like this is, where it really elevates the rarity of that cutting. Take a look at it. It's not going to be $39. We're going to blow it out. This is for one caller, and one caller only, as we are just about to say goodbye to hour number 1 already. So come on in early, because these are the values and these are the new ones, and this is what you've been waiting a whole week for, and we'll make it $2,999 instead. So a $29.99 price tag on a very, very important stone that is over 6 carats, set in that solid white gold. And there is one pair of earrings. They are pricey tonight. We do. They're 17 carats and a half. So they're big stones. They're big ovals. They got a lot of diamond weight as well. But again, if you want the bigger Tanzanite earrings, drops that is, we have a pair that is new tonight. So something to consider. But $29.99 on that one. We'll give it 30 seconds. Shall we get into the Kunzite? We do have the last pair of the 312 hoop earrings. We'll see. They are the inside out design. We will see those. We've got some special rubies. I want to get to those next, because waiting for everybody to gather here. And we do have big Burmas coming up. When I say big, the big rings, The rubies are all going to be a different variety that are all going to be a little under a carat. But they're all Burma, which means they're the best quality and origin in the world. We're going to show you 5 different options coming up next. Let me know who's got this one, because that's not supposed to stick around at that price. The last time I had a fancy cut pendant that was actually very similar in diamond weight, it was far more money. It was actually on our sale event. It was $69.99, and it was pretty close in the size. So I love that we can do that one for so much less and make it $3,000. Okay, so ruby time is here, and we're going to get that one out of here. Remember, if we want to see if anybody missed the 210 last night, let me bring it out for you because it's really good. But if you purposely wanted something a bit smaller, and you're not willing to forego quality, you want to just, let's go to the top origin in the world. Let's go to the very best that exists. Well, that's option 1. And I'll tell you right now, that's a beautiful stone. East to west set roval, a floral motif with fancy cut diamonds on one side, and then they just get fancier. Look at this one. A pear shape. I'm going to need a little bit more room here. So we have a pear shape. Every one of them's glowing. Every one of them's bright. There's not one compromise you would have to make on the quality of your stone because they're all superstars. Look at that oval. Look at that classic design with a couple of really nice tapered baguettes down the sides. Here is another really classic ballerina look, tapered baguettes and rounds together there. And then I also am going to bring you, I'm going to move this one up front because I have another really wide towering ring here, and it's got multiple rubies. So 3 of the marquise cuts together all in one. Still need a little bit of room for these 5 rings here, and yet all one price for your choice of. So call me quickly because we got one of a kinds, and they're all in platinum. So that's how they begin. They start with platinum, they stay in platinum. We're going to size them for you. So we still take care of all that sizing that you might need, because if you're not exactly the size it is now, usually that means you're out of luck and you're on your own, and you got to go figure out a way to pay someone to go size it for you and find someone you trust and give it to them for who knows how many days or weeks, and then you're without your jewelry, and then you're paying more money. We say, let's cut that. Let's skip all that. Skip all that drama. Let's just give it to you and have it ready as it arrives to your home. So we do all the work and we pay all the money, and you don't have to. So even better, right? This is the Mogok Burma Platinum 5. This is really where I would encourage you to dial in. I know it's a Friday night and it's early, and we've got a lot of people who will be late to the party here tonight, and that's okay, but they will miss out entirely, and you're here for the biggest ruby spectacular there is. They don't get better than this. And the stones are all going to be sub 1 carat, but they make up for it in beautiful clarity. I mean, listen, it's not about the size with a ruby as much as it is about other factors, like where it was mined from, what color is it, which sounds weird because aren't rubies red? Yes, but they're all different varieties of red. Some are pinky, browny, or orangey, or even a little bit more of that deep, deep, deep burgundy color. These are blue reds. Thank you, Burma, for bringing us the best ruby in the world. Blue red is where it's at. That's how rubies are identified from Burma, is from that color play. Then you have the clarity here, and that's what really is striking about these particular stones, is that rubies don't usually give clarity at all. So when you get really gemmy, rich crystalline material, that's when your value really elevates. It starts to soar. And that's where every single one of these, whether it's one of the single stones or if it's all the 3 marquise together, that's where they've got them, the rest of the stones beat, is that they're all so clean and bright. And we've got a huge value coming your way. When I think we all know what's happening in the platinum world, we know what's happening with rubies. It's the king of all gems. I'm going to walk you through some carat weights. Let me know which one you like. As soon as you know, we can try it on. This has got 84 points overall in total ruby weight, and you've got the marquise and the, of course, the baguettes and the rounds as well, and your diamonds. That's 49 points. 84 points in the ruby, 49 points in the diamonds. We'll move on over here. You're probably already eyeing 1 or 2 of them, so listen to what I give you for these carat weights, and then it'll get you further acquainted. That's going to be our platinum with 57 points in the ruby, 34 points in the diamonds. This more band style up front, that's our pear shape. That's going to be item number 1127472. That's a 67 point. They're calling it a trillion. It's really a pear shape. It's got 55 points in diamonds. In the middle is our roval. Really feels like a star or a floral design. If you love our North Star pendant, you will love this ring. It's got the platinum with the 56 points in the ruby and 36 points in diamonds. And over here, another classic style, 2 tapered baguettes. The rest are lovely, larger rounds, and that's going to be a 49 pointer with 55 points in diamonds. So we can recap all that for you. We can go further through those different deals and values, but I'm excited for you to get in on this value, and I hope you will, because we're not going to charge $59.99. It's just too much. That's like if you flipped up and down the dial and we're watching rubies somewhere else, okay, you can expect $6,000. We do something very different. We're here for value, and it doesn't matter how high-end it is. We still find a way to bring that price down so that you can say yes on really incredible pieces, and that's all you need to do here. Come on in. It's also a great way to gift for next month. Next month is July. The reason that's significant and important is because this is the birthstone for the month of July, so it's also a stone that's really considered the king of all gems. So, you know, it's one that I think we can all enjoy, even if you're born in another month. I think we all need to have a good ruby, and to get good rubies are really tough because it's a financial burden to do so typically. We're going to make that really easy right now. So it's not going to be $59.99. Got a better value for you. Just call me early, please, because I know it's going to get real busy in the phone bank when we talk about where these are going compared to where they should be at $6,000. But we're going to take them a lot lower than that. They're not $6,000, $5,000, $4,000, $3,000. Have we intrigued anybody yet? Now that we're under $3,000, maybe $29.99 seems about the best price we could be capable of giving on a ruby with diamonds like that, but we're not doing 29 or 19. And they are set not as a mystery metal, not as a coated layer of something over something else. This is solid platinum, which makes it one of the denser metals you can own, which is going to have a great hefty feel when it's on. You're going to get a lot of that platinum metal in each of these rings, and they are not even $19.99. And again, this is the biggest blowout we can do on these rings. When they're on a wheel together, there's a purpose to that. It means you can expect the lowest price that's ever going to happen. It's take them or leave them, now or never time, because they cannot go any lower. I'm already below cost. And your price is not $19.99. And that is the price tag that already takes them far below what was paid to create the rings. And now they go even lower than that. And they're not going to be even $1,499. It is time to move to that phone and get your favorite, or maybe again, have a little lineup of my first choice, second choice, third, because if your first one's gone, take second or third options, because there is not a bad way to go here. And they're not 14. Nor are they even $13.99, $12.99, $11.99, or $10. We're going to blow them out, and you cannot buy jewelry like this anywhere else. And that is why there are still people who've said, you know what, I've given up on fine jewelry except for that TVON. That TVON is still doing things that I haven't seen in decades. How do they do that? How do they do it? Honestly, guys, it is really a privilege to be able to stand up here and offer jewelry in today's day and age. I never, ever dreamed we would see things happen like we've seen happen in the last year. And nobody else did either. I mean, I'm talking to everybody in the industry. The whole world is here on the west coast of the USA right now. I'm talking about every corner of the globe. It's a who's who of the jewelry world is here. They've been in Los Angeles, basically on their way to get to Las Vegas for the huge trade show that's happening. And yet everybody's talking about the same thing. Nobody ever imagined that we would see things happen that we've seen here in pricing of gold and pricing of diamonds. And yet I'm up here giving away jewelry like it's 1983. And that's a good thing, because, you know, there's a lot of naysayers that go, well, yeah, it must be, it must be. I'm sure they raise their price like everyone else is doing. No, it's $10.99. That's not a raised price. That's not going to accommodate just the platinum alone. Let's take a look. It's not going to be $10.99. You take whichever one you like, and we're going to blow them out right now. They are $999. Which one, Tim, do you like? Of course, right back front. You got right back. Okay, here we go. That's the one they like. That one's going to be item number 1127094. Here's what it looks like on the hand. So there's the root. Oh my gosh, look at the glow from a distance. Wow. Look at that stone against the hand. My hand is blocking the light theoretically that's able to go through it, and yet it's still glowing bright red like that. That's gorgeous. And that's $9.99. Remember, there's one of each. That's the one with 34 points in the diamonds, and of course a 57 point center stone. But these are the wearable everyday pieces. This isn't the one you're saving for a special occasion. Maybe I'll wear it, maybe I won't. No, these are the pieces you put on and live in every single day. And if those don't sell at $9.99, nothing will. I mean, there's not a better value here than what's sitting on that wheel when you've got the best rubies. Yeah. Back right is gone. All right, to a different caller, but okay, that one is gone. Congratulations. So that is 7094 for you, Jason, on that one. 7094, spoken for, and done. Now we've got 4 left. And again, I'm going to wait till they all sell, because we don't have a better value in rubies than that. That's where it's at. So you've got your value there. They are meant to be enjoyed, worn, and owned, and collected, because that's how good those stones. I mean, there's not one in the bunch. You look at that array up there, and there's not one that goes, yeah, that's the one not to get, right? There's not a bad one. There's not a dark one. There's not a hazy or opaque option. They're all crystalline and stunning. Front right. That is such a cool ring, isn't it? I'd number on that one with the bag. I love that kind of arc of baguettes. They're calling it a trillion, but it's a pair. It's a 67 pointer, Jess. That's actually one of our larger rubies up there, actually. It is I believe it's the largest. Yes, it is. 67 point ruby with the diamonds in total at 55 points. You're getting a lot of everything there. And that one also set in platinum. See how it kind of levels off here, a little bit more straight edge here, and then it's got that arc of the baguettes up top. So would you like that one for sure, Jess? All right, so I think that one's gone. And how can we help you with the last final three? Thank you. That other one is gone. So now I'm going to rearrange them a bit here just so we can see how they look here from a little more just kind of, straight across perspective there. But you've got still a gorgeous oval or the roval in the middle. The roval in the middle is really cool. The way that's done is like a, stacked east-west design. And then the marquees, talk about a big spray effect. We call those spray rings, but it's more of a spray ring and a band. So really well done there. And that is going to be $9.99. And we got backed up calls. So we're not going to be sitting here long. I think that, we're obviously going to wait till they all go because that's the value right there. And 3 remain. Thanks for taking a look at them with us. They're beautiful, aren't they? Bright as can be. I do like, especially if you're going classic, I think there's one obvious choice. If you tend to be a real classic natured design lover, you're going to go with the left side. You're going to go with this 49 pointer with the baguettes and the rounds there. Every diamond is large. There are only 10 diamonds in the whole piece, and it's 55 points. So they're on average about 5.5 points a piece there. So really well done. And then you've got that great roval with that star. All those diamonds, by the way, in this middle one, those are all fancy cuts on the outside there. So they just kind of spray around. They've got the marquise shapes, and then we go with the baguettes and the rounds over on the right side in a very heavy wide band that if you do like a more, again, wide profile, want a little more substance to your platinum, you want a great look with the 3 matching rubies, which is impressive, that's the best way to go. So $9.99, let's take a quick look at them. Our last call on each one here on the hand, so you can see them that way. I mean, they're fabulous rings. And I don't know, I come from a long line of selling gems and jewelry on TV, which is, really what's kind of fascinating here about what I'm doing is that, selling loose rubies like this, which I've done for many, 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 many years, way back when, is, that's a ruby that would be $9.99, and that's a steal for that ruby by itself. So how about a free mounting? How about we take care of the mounting for free and get you all the diamonds for free, and all those diamonds are still VS. And in this case, you've got all these fancy cuts incorporated in to these 3 different rings. So I do not see a reason for any of them to stay here. I certainly don't. Here's what they look like again. There's that true classic oval. Here's the wider band style here with the triple marquise cuts. And then we've got the roval, which looks gorgeous with that star-like design in the diamonds. Okay, last call on those, $9.99. Jason, any questions before we go? Well, that's not a great sign that we have 3 of those left. That's just not a good sign. I went way too low on those rubies, and we have still got 3 available. A bit of a shocker there. Don't forget about our Tanzanite pendant, that custom designer piece, and then we have a Tanzanite ring that will absolutely blow you away tonight, even if you've seen, seen the blue wings. I know about your blue wings. I know about the Museum Reserve. Trust me, this round is going to really wow you here tonight. I can promise you that. So we got an amazing round, Tanzanite in a ring, and we have our last call now on the rubies. Please don't wait on the rubies. Oh my goodness. Are we really leaving them here? Melting down platinum? That's a little more unusual. Oh yeah, I'm still melting pieces down. We got to. Have you seen the metals market? We've still got to melt pieces that stick around because there's no point in keeping it and putting on another show for $89.99. There is no point to that. If it's been on the air for $9.99 and that doesn't work, there's no point in leaving it here. Take a look at this new yellow diamond bypass. Oh my goodness, look at that designer piece with the baguettes, the rounds. Wait till you hear all those diamonds stack up. Some really important size here. Okay, so I want to get the Kunzite out the door. We got about like 6-7 minutes till the top of the hour. Let me show you this Kunzite, because you don't need me here for this. This is self-explanatory. This is one of those that, there's a lot of people in this industry that say, yeah, you don't really do nothing because the jewelry sells itself. And that's true. That's true. If the jewelry's really pretty and it's a good price, I don't really need to be here. I'm just a glorified model. That's all I'm doing. It's like modeling the jewelry for you. It's just so you can see what it's going to look like on you. Here's the thing. This one It truly, truly, truly makes no sense. I have had Kunzites on the air here for 9 years. When I was brand new here, they were really excited. I think they thought, wow, this girl's going to be a good host. She's buying more jewelry than she's actually selling. Because when I was brand new here, we had a teen little audience. I was buying a lot of jewelry. And the first thing I ever bought for myself was a Kunzite. I bought a lot of jewelry for gifts, mostly from my mom and my friends who love jewelry, which, have you met a woman who doesn't love jewelry? I mean, really, they're few and far between. But the Kunzite that I have was a must-have. I was instantly enamored, and I had to buy it. And I was, trying to, be a little bit somewhat tame, with my buying habits here. I was brand new and didn't know at the time if I was going to be here a month or a day or a week, but I had to buy this ring because I had never seen a Kunzite the color that I'd seen here upon arrival. Well, let me tell you, that was like 8.5 years ago. This stone, I wish we had this stone when I was a newbie here, because I would have absolutely flipped. My stone pales in comparison, quite literally. My stone is far more pale. My stone is a 23 karat. Okay, so I know my stone really well. I love it. It's a pear shape, and it's a gorgeous color. But it is so light compared to what I'm seeing here. And this one's even larger, and yet here's the kicker. This is going to be less than what I paid. And that sounds like a big statement. It is. 8.5 years ago was a different era of time. Different era entirely. And now I'm bringing you a bigger, better color, a fancier cut. Mine's a pear. This is an emerald cut. And for an emerald cut to deliver that saturation, amazing. You are going to really, really need this piece in your collection. And I know I've had pieces in 30 carats and 50 carats and 60 carats and Kunzite pendants that have sold, and they're usually what? I was expecting this to be $16,000. I've sold enough Kunzites here in large sizes. I know exactly where they're supposed to be. This is a 30 carat stone. Why would it be anything less than $16,000 for a 30 carat stone? That's basically only $500 a carat. Take a look at this. And then it's got this new design, which is like this little Art Deco bail that splits the diamonds and the mirror finish gold, that stacks and gets larger through the center, and it looks great with the emerald cutting of the stone. And it's item number 1128418, and it is truly incredible. Really just the best of the best. And I know it needs polishing behind it because it's a clean stone, and yet you're seeing little lines. I can't get behind here and polish it, so very well, because I don't have a lot of tools up here, but I want to show you from a distance away. This is super saturated. It is a 30 carat 19. Look at that. 16,000 it is not. Solid 14 karat white gold, 15 points in diamonds stacked with the mirror finish gold as well. And it is going to fly out of here. This is just a deal. We're going to do it before the top of the next hour even arrives. It measures 1 1/8 and you want to be ready. This is a big moment. I would even go as far to say, just say sold before I give the price, because $16,000 it's not going to be. I mean, really, $15,999 should be all day long. I've sold a number of Kunzite pendants in this size that were not this saturated, and they were more money. Here is the way we go about it. This is so impressive, and we only have one, and the color and the saturation and the neon, and of course you're going to see it here on the neckline, and it just gets even better because now I'm in this lower light, and now you're really seeing, look at the bright blues coming through. They are like these bright, intense, you know what they are? They're like ultraviolet blues. Imagine ultraviolet. You see them right there. Forget about Kunzite being pink. Not around here, it's not. It's purple, it's neons, it's orchid tones, it's those ultraviolets coming through, and it's nowhere near even $16,000. We have one, let's blow it out. That is so amazing, and obviously the length is going to be determined based on the chain you're putting it on. So you can really wear it anywhere on the neckline you like, higher or lower, wherever you'd like to do it, but this is not $10,000. And automatically at $99.99, that should be good enough to get the job done. Here's what I've got. And it's a nice big BL, so yes, diamonds by the yard, friendly, absolutely it will be. It'll work with your DBTYs. It's got a big enough bail for that. And we will truly blow this out. I'm telling you, this is brand new, first time seeing it, and yet the price tag is so extreme on the reduction. I just can't believe it. And it's not going to be even, you know what, $59.99 would save you $10,000. And that's about, I think the price is going to get it done, but instead, going even lower. Did you want to see the yellow diamond bypass ring? Oh, yes, the marquise, the 3 marquise rubies going on the hand here. And yes, we're going to make sure that Kunzite is even further reduced. Here's the marquise ruby. I did have that before over here, so now, you know, it makes more sense to probably have it on the ring finger for you with the 3 marquise matched up. And then remember, it's the first row of the baguettes, and then the round brilliants are going to sweep up towards those rubies. And that was only $9.99 for that one in a solid, heavy platinum band. Love seeing that. Let's move on to that Kunzite. Let's get you a better price than $6,000. And let's make this really important 30 karat plus or even better than $4,999. You will love this. It'll be one of the prize possessions of your entire gem and jewelry collection, no doubt about it. And it's not going to be even $49.99. This is really just, again, simple, easy value. This is really meant to make a statement. We are really here to prove to you that jewelry does not have to be elevated in price right now. It does not have to be more expensive than what you're used to. Let's stay true to what TVON is really what we've been known for since the day we were basically established. And that is value straightforward on the very best. These are museum-worthy stones, no doubt. And this is not going to be $49.99. It's even lower. So again, call me if you're thinking about it, because obviously it's not going to last. That we know. And it's going to be $3,999 on a 30 karat plus in that emerald cut. Take a look at that. So that is one that will not stick around. I mean, think about what that is on a per carat basis even for that stone. That's like $130 a carat. Yes, and then you've got the diamonds and the gold and the basket work all around it. That is really what is, like, again, a little flair for the Art Deco dramatics there above it. That great emerald cut. I mean, talk about matching the style of the bail with the pendant itself, which is that stone. I mean, really framed up beautifully. So $39.99, one only 30 seconds. The top of the hour has arrived. So we do welcome everybody in. If you just did now tune in, welcome to Friday night here live at TVON. And we will have 2 hours of incredible jewelry on the way. Some brand new is here. We've got fabulous ideas. We're taking requests as well. We've already had some of those come in. Hope we will have a few more throughout the evening so we can make sure we're showing you exactly what you need to see. Okay, 10 seconds remaining. That's it. Final call, $39.99. It's a beauty. And then here we go with our yellow diamonds in that beautiful bypass style. I'm getting some questions about that. It is a Paraiba Tourmaline bracelet. It is our only one of its kind. It's got 8.5 carats of oval Paraibas all around the bracelet, a 520 diamond weight, and it is unlike anything else that we have. So this one is here for the collectors out there. It's a beautiful design. I'll show it to you a little bit closer. I know it's one that's fairly easy to see from a distance, but look at that. That's your closer look at it there, so you can really see how. It's funny, I was amazed, and I can't get over it. All these Paraibas look like 4 or 5 carats to me. They really do. I'm not sure what is going on here. I'm not sure if the carat weight's just wrong, because this would imply that the stones are under a carat in size, and there's no way. Look at this. I mean, let's just show you. So I seriously think that we may need to go back to the drawing board here and maybe take the stones out and give them a little weight here, because 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 stones, that would mean that they're under a carat apiece. They don't, I'm not a teeny person. Look at that. Those are huge stones. I thought they were 4 caraters and times 9. So I'm a little surprised to see 8.5 carats is the total Paraiba weight, but we'll go with it. 520 is the diamond weight. Of course, you've got really big diamonds as that floral design in between all your Paraibas. And then, of course, the halos around it. Almost looks like a marquise, doesn't it? Just that's the way the halo's designed. So it is an oval material. Look at the matching. Perfection in matching here all the way through. Do not be shy about asking about it. Is it $100? No, but it's also not $100,000, which is a bit shocking considering even the bracelet's all done in 18 karat gold. So even just getting all that 18 karat gold would be costing a pretty penny these days. We're going to make sure it's affordable enough to get it gone. So call me on that one if you'd like to know more about it. It's the one I'm wearing, and then we'll take a look at the Kunzite, which is here for $39.99. Got to move along, and we will. And we'll promise you some great values. I've got that big Tanzanite coming your way. We do have this gorgeous yellow diamond bypass ring, which is also new, and that starts with 2 big pear shapes there. So item number is 1128-271, and do not hesitate to call me on the Kunzite or the Paraiba bracelet. We'll be happy to help you out there. But this one's going to take a lot of, it's a lot of description to talk about here. Yes. Sure, on the triple marquise. Yeah, let me do that for you. I think it was about a 6, but let me check it out for you and see exactly where it's at. That ruby ring we had earlier it is a 6 exactly. So size 6 on that one right now. And then here we go with the natural yellow diamonds first. It's 18 karat gold. Two-tone, of course, with the yellow and the white gold there. You've got the 2 big pear-shaped yellows. That's going to total, just among those two, 42 points. Because you see there's a center stone and a center stone. So 21 points apiece if they're identical. And then you also have 41 points in tapered baguettes. It's kind of like the inner row between, if you look at the center of the band, those are the tapered baguettes. There's 41 points there, 69 points of the rounds, and then we even have the yellow diamonds at 17 points. That would be the halos around your 42 pointers. So just an impressive carat weight all the way around, adding up to quite significant here. Of course, we have to really break it down because everything about it's so important. The yellows and the halos are 17 points. So all together in yellows, you're going to have 59 points. Then you add in all the white diamonds there, which of course the 69 plus the 41. And that means that in total, you're going to have a carat 69 in a beautiful wider ring. It's the bypass style though, so it's still going to sit very comfortably on the hand because it's one basic band in the back, but it's going to have all that great extension there from the front. So it really elongates the finger. There's your great finishing and all that 18 karat two-tone gold. We have one, it's an 8888 ring. And that way, well, it stays. Because I'm not going to sell anything for 8888, no matter, it could be, I mean, my gosh, if I can't get 8888 for a 30 karat Kunzite, I mean, I had that marked down to $39.99. So I don't think it's a price tag that's going to work no matter what the piece is. So that's where I just say, let's reduce it. Let's put everything on sale. It is my favorite 4-letter word in the English language, sale. I mean, that and shop, but aren't they really one and the same? Because if I'm shopping, I'm sale shopping, right? That's how we like to do it. Real good shoppers know you shop a sale. Then you get the quality you love, you get exactly what you want, you get to save the money doing it, and everybody's happy. And this is where we got to put a sale price instead of $88.88 so we can make it easy. Let this one go, first of its kind here. Don't do a lot of these. We're into the yellow diamonds. We love having yellow diamonds, but it's usually one center stone. Very rarely do we see them stacked like this in a beautiful bypass design. So this gives you a little something elegant there and different. I'm going to try it on the hand for you, and we're going to get it out the door for less than $88.88. I just know that's going to be a tough go here. So here's what it looks like on the hand. Wow, how bright and prominent are those yellows? To see how really striking those are in those yellows, the halo's exact match there, and we're going to make it better than even $44.44. It's not $4,000. Treat yourself tonight to something amazing because it's all the best. And this one couldn't be more excited about these values here when it's even better. I mean, I should be excited. I'm the one putting them together. Do you think I'm abiding by the prices on the bags? I could do that if it was just a show and tell Friday night, but this is Club TVON. It's show and sell. We got to move everything we put up, especially these new pieces when you've been waiting for new. We went a good 2.5 months without anything brand new. It was all the jewelry you knew. It was granted jewelry we loved, but it was jewelry we'd all seen many times before. So left us a lot of us craving, like, give me something I haven't seen, give me something new and exciting. That's what we're doing now. So take a look at this. $44.44 it's not. We're going to make sure it's even better in price, and you don't have to pay $39.99 either. And there's a lot going on here in diamond weight and 2 really important yellow diamonds in the center of them all, and we're going to make it $34.99 instead. So a huge value there at $34.99, only just that one. And then we've got a gorgeous opal. One of those great crystal opals, but with a golden-based body color, so it really lets the color shine. We also have a big Tanzanite. The 6 carat is coming. And then we've got some diamond earrings, diamond pendants. Yellow diamond pendant is here as well. Final 2 hours, though, in the show are already ticking down, so we want to make sure also we get requests in, whatever you want to see. But that ring, one only. Our Kunzite pendant is still here. We have 2 rubies of our 5 still left as well. So if there are any pieces that you want to just make sure that you get as your own, this is the time to do it. Don't wait too long on these Friday nights. They get really busy near the end of the show. So let's get to our gorgeous golden opal. This is such a pretty crystal opal, and yet crystal opals can be tricky because they usually have no color. And then we're wondering, well, what's the point? Do we really need a crystal opal if it has no color? I say, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't buy a crystal opal that has no color. If it's an opal, it has to have play of color. That is, after all, the phenomena. And if it's got no color at all, it ain't a good opal. Most opals don't. This has literal rainbows. happening, where it's not one color here, one color there. It's segments of rainbow colors stacked together all throughout the stone, where there's no dead spots. It's just all the way through. Look at that, top to bottom, side to side. And then you really see it move. And it's like, wait, all the colors are moving within the stone. This is where we call play of color. It's not just a lot of color, multiple colors, kaleidoscope. It's got play of color. And you see every single time it moves, the colors move through the stone. It's item number 1128-175. And we need a caller. It's one only. It's a 6 carat 58. It's got a lot of look to it. 6 points in diamonds. They're merely accents. It's really about the gold that holds this in place. They have a lot of that. You don't put together a 658 stone that's going to have double the look, because opals do look double what they weigh, so it's going to look like a 13 karat if it were something else. And you've got the gorgeous golden color, which is why we did the yellow gold, because there's a matching opportunity there. And I would recommend leaving it in that, but you don't need to. You can do white gold or rose gold if you would prefer. Then you've got the diamonds scattered throughout, so it just gives you, it has detail. It has mill grain work. It has a lot of almost these antique kind of looks we see in styles that we used to see in a different era of jewelry altogether. They're kind of missing in today's modern jewelry world, so you might look at this and at first it might have a bit of a vintage or estate kind of aesthetic to it. It's not that. We don't do used jewelry. It's only about new. And so sometimes it doesn't mean you can't harken back to those eras with a design that is still brand spanking new for you. So I've got a better value than $49.99. Watch this from the sides, because it does have that triple split shank where you see all that texturing built up to the basket. The diamonds at the north, east, south, and west points, and it's not $49, $39, $29. We got to move some jewelry. I got to find a way, right? It's Friday night. Let's party. And it's all about getting you the value of a lifetime. And I know it's a big ring. I know. Do not take my little tiny prices as any indication that there's little quality. It's all the big, bold quality we love. There's no way to skimp on quality. If we did, you would see it. If we did, we're too up close. If we had a poor quality stone up there, you wouldn't see any color. There would not be any semblance of color, let alone rainbows throughout. If it was a poor quality, you wouldn't have a lot of gold, you'd have a little bit of gold. Well, you can't have a little bit of gold when you're housing a stone that has a 13 karat look and size. And then you've got diamonds that are all bigger individual diamonds, and yet it's in any gold you want. We are not asking for an extra charge for that. If you want us to switch it out because you just prefer white gold or rose, we can do that. But it's also going to be in your size, and that's free too. And it's not going to be $29 or $19.99. We have one, and you know what? It's going to get better when it goes on the hand, because it's a little darker over here where I'm going to try it on. So you're going to see even bolder, brighter colors right there. And look at that stone. Every bit like rainbows appear out of nowhere, and it's like they're bubbling to the surface of this stone to look so amazing, and yet it's not going to be 19, 18, 17, 16. This is a massive opal. What are we doing with price tags tonight? Is just, mama got to move jewelry here. So that's all it's about. It's just about finding a way, move the jewelry from us to you. It's not 16 or 15. I'll blow it out for $14.99. Then we're moving on. We've got one Brazilian Paraiba in quartz. I've got one blue wing that's 6 carats and one that's 3. And that's it. That's all I got in the blue wing rings today. I've got a pink zircon that's new, a diamond pendant. We've got the Paraiba bracelet that nobody's called me on because it's intimidating, I know. But it's a $100,000 piece that doesn't need to be. So we're going to find a way, and that way is real simple. Drop prices. Put it together on sale. If I go crazy on pricing, it's the Field of Dreams concept, right? You price it low, they will shop. It's really simple, and that is a low price. So we're going to move on. I've got one Tanzanite to show you before we get to the round. This is the more abstract, modern, kind of very, very artistic piece. Then my round is the classic. So we have this one gone. Thank you so much. Here's the big Tanzanite that is a little more just different. Doesn't look like a standard ring. It looks like you said, because I have a dear family member who I adore, who only does custom designs. It's my uncle. He only does custom designs. His niece is in the jewelry business. His niece is the face of fine jewelry on TV. And he only does custom designs. And I think it's so sweet because he really wants it to have that personal touch. And what it costs, and that may sound simple. Okay, so how hard could that be to do a custom design? Well, when you work with a jeweler, they're not always artists, they're jewelers. So you have to find a way to acquire the stones you need, and then you have to literally work with an artist typically who's going to sketch a design that's going to be able to transmit that design to the CAD system that's really what creates the mold and the casting for the jewelry, and then somebody's got to execute it. And then somebody, once that mold and design is done, someone's got to set every individual diamond and the center stone and perfect it. It's not a process that's done in a day. It's not a process that comes inexpensively either. So custom designing is a bit of a chore. This is that look to me. And there are a lot of pieces in jewelry. Listen, you can go custom, you can go high-end, you can go designer, you can go couture, but kind of jewelry kind of looks the same. A lot of jewelry looks kind of the same. This is a design that reads to the world, everybody, whether they know jewelry or not, reads as bespoke, custom made, because it really takes all these details. It's like, let's start with a great stone. Let's start with a Museum Reserve Blue Wing, and then build a unique piece around that. And that's what was done here. Watch this look. I mean, there's so much detail to look at. It's 112-7710. And thank you on the Opal. This is our 358 Oval Blue Wing, of course, starting with the best of the best that's ever been mined. And then, of course, you get that 358 stone, but it's also going to be the 33 points in diamonds. So not a lot of diamonds, but look at the way they're done. Look at the way it's put together. The pave sweeping around an entire length of the ring, and that's on the split shank side right over here. And you see the pave, how it twists and turns, so you can see it from the sides. And then on this side, you have this gorgeous stamp texture. It looks almost like an animal print. It is high polished. You've got the 3 bigger diamonds aligning with that oval stone on one side. It is just, for somebody who says, I've got it all in jewelry, you don't have this. If you feel like your designs are a little bit more on the classic nature and you're ready to branch out, or maybe this is your first Blue Wing and you just want to have the exclusive stone in an exclusive mounting, here's the way to do it. And it's not going to be, here's the best part, it's not even $69.99 like it's supposed to be. I'm carrying through with all these big values and discounts galore so that you can pick up what you need and what you want and save a ton of money to do it. And stay with me because I will have the round, and the round's amazing. This is the round. So if you want the bigger one, now it's going to be a little more money, but it's the round. So you see what that does. And there's a special story behind that round, why it's coming out on June 6th of 2025. As opposed to 6 years ago when I started with the Blue Wing Black Ds here at TVON. But here we go. Not even $69, $59, $49. We are ready for a value. That's what this is all about. I got to try it on so you can see how this asymmetry appears on the hand. I kind of think this is the more upright way to do it, at least, you know, showing it out to you guys at home. But look at that. Isn't that cool the way? I love this outer band of gold that is just rolled in pave that you see from all the angles. That is special. And it's only going to be one only. I think we know that. White gold is how it stays. We'll size it for you, though, so you can get any size you need there. Maybe you're wearing it on the middle or the index finger because it is a little bit wider, more, you know, wide style here. You can do that. I'm going to make it better than 49. We have one and one only. It's an insanely good value. I know the 6 carats here and it's lovely too, but it is not going to be anywhere near $69.99. It's more. So now we're just ready. We're ready to give you a value of a lifetime, ready to reward that first caller who says, I'm on it, I love it, it's mine, that's got my name written all over it. Here's your chance to own it for even better than even $2,500. We have basically dropped, you see a bundle off that $7,000 price tag, and now we're here to let it go for even less. It's not $49, it's not $39, it's not even $29.99. For a $358 in the Museum Reserve, best that's out there, and you need to get these Museum Reserves because the Museum Reserves, have you noticed, they haven't been coming up again and again and again and again because they're off to the museums where they belong. So, of course, we're giving you a last chance here to get them first. And this one's not going to be $29. Oh, it's going to take that kind of discount. How about $1,999 instead? So that will get the job done there on a Blue Wing oval in that amazing, amazing color cutting. And then it's the design. I mean, really is. It's the design that really brings it forward and really is the wow. So $19.99, one caller will give that 30 seconds. Then we're on our way. There are Tanzanite earrings. We will get to the 6 carat at the top of next hour. It is 42.5 minutes, but who's counting? We've got the big round Tanzanite, an amazing stone. Stay with me for that. Also have a conch pearl here. It's over a carat. I've got a new Brazilian Tourmaline. It's our Brazilian Paraiba, and it's going to have that quartz around it. So we do have that. Plus, we have a bottom of the hour special coming up in about 13 minutes as well, and that's going to be our yellow diamond pendant. But we got to move. Lots to do. Too many great pieces to show. I need your requests as well. Here's the pink zircon, and do we ever love an Asher cut? That is probably the best looking pink zircon I have here. No question about it. And look at that. You know, everyone says, And I agree, we love a round in a zircon to show off the double refraction, but there is something special about having an Asher cut. And I think we're seeing it gleam and glow right now to really see why that's so attractive. And the fact it's going to be, you know, let's make this really interesting here. A 304, pinky red purple. It's really kind of all of the above in those rich colors there. And I'm excited about this too, very excited. It's, this is really good. Oh my gosh, well, first of all, can we just say a happy birthday wish? I just found out it's one of our longtime TVON family members' birthday today. So let me just shout out Brenda in Wisconsin. Happy birthday to you. I had no idea. Well, very happy birthday to you, and I hope you've had a wonderful day. And I know that hopefully you're enjoying all that fabulous jewelry. I know she loves her panther pieces. So Brenda, have a wonderful, I mean, you're celebrating all month, right? I hope you do, and keep the party going. And what a wonderful thing to have you with us, sharing part of your special day with us. That means a lot to me. So thank you, Brenda, and to your husband, David, as well. Thank him for his kind words. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and see what we can do on this pink zircon, kind of a pinky red, purple color. It's got a little bit of everything going on the color-wise, and it's going to be better than even $39.99. How about this? 8214. It's got the 304 stone, 58 points. This also feels like a classic, but really tailored for the Asher cutting with the diamonds all the way around in the halo, the fabulous little split shank here up top at the sides, and that's going to be our 304. 304 is the size. You can have any gold color you want. It's going to have a diamond weight of 58 points, so getting real close there to the 2/3 of a carat mark, and we're going to make it very affordable right now. How about 0 to start? Try it. 0 to start with a $500 increment. Let's go that way. See how it goes. On the stone that, of course, if you're not familiar with these pink zircons, came out of Ceylon, discovered in 2020. It was January, and there wasn't a whole lot of mining. It was only a matter of really a year or so that went by until it was proclaimed done. The mine had produced everything that we were going to get in the pinks because there were other colors coming out of that mine. It was mostly the brown material, some of the bronzy hyacinth zircon material, which are pretty as well. But this was obviously the prize. This was the new, the fresh, the, oh my goodness, nobody had ever really seen anything quite like it. We'd seen red zircons, but they're very dark. And so to have pinky stones, really like deep, rich, like think plum, but with a little bit of raspberry, and you get every single color of the rainbow because of that double refraction. We are literally doing a, well, it was $69.99. I was going to do $39.99 to discount it, and then I realized, Tony, that $39.99 may not get the job done, so I'm going 0 to start with a $500 increment, and hopefully that will. And we are going to take bids from all over the country here, and I hope we get a lot of people in because it won't be my first or last. I mean, we've done a lot of great auctions this week, and they have turned out to be some incredible values. Do we have $500? Thank you so much. Who do you have? Susan's at $500. Well, wonderful. And Susan, where is she calling us from? I'd love to know where she's joining us from tonight as we celebrate the kickoff to our first full weekend of June, that is. And here we go. Look at that. That is special. Look at it, and you can stack with it too. This has got enough elevation to the design, or you can go ahead and slide a band next to it if you want to. I always like to point that out for those of you that are many out there that have the Wonder Ring or other various styles of diamond bands that you want to put next to it if you want to one day dress up your pink zircon that already looks so fabulous on its own. Okay. Listen, I know it's Friday night. And on Friday nights, some people choose to be out and about, and therefore TVON gets left behind. Well, this Friday night, we may have an issue on our hands because I am looking at one bid at $500 on a very important $69.99 ring that I was going to drop to $4. Just concerned that that may not actually get the piece sold. Decided to put it on a no reserve auction, and there really is no reserve. So if Susan is our only bidder, and so far she is our only bidder, that is highly unusual to have only one bidder on an auction. Highly unusual. But again, never have any way of knowing if it's a safe way to go or not. So this is now, it's becoming quite clear that this may not be the night to do a 0 to start in a reserve auction, but I can't take it back now. Think of how disappointed Susan would be if I took that away now and said, oh, never mind. Never mind, I'm gonna lose a lot of money. No, if we lose money, what's new, right? Just, you know, like people say, there's an expression I don't like to use because it sounds kind of but there's more than one way to lose money. There is. I could have just given you a $39.99 price tag, or we can lose even more by doing clearly a 0 to start in a reserve auction, and we have, do you have 1,000? We have 2 bidders, and we have $1,000 now, so we got 2 bidders, and that's it. Ooh, this is just not great. Okay, so, well, you know, we're already close to the halfway mark. I've got that yellow diamond piece coming up at the bottom of the hour, which I'm excited about. I think I'm getting real excited about what I'm about to do with that price, because one value just kind of means we have to do even more. Okay, now everybody disappeared. We had a couple people dialing in, and now with that $1,000 bid, it seems like, what, Susan's out? Well, thanks for the open there, Susan. She was just getting us rolling there. Figured, hey, if I'm going to get it $500, I'll get it at $500. But here we are at 1,000, and this is a long, long way away from where we need to be. So I'm going to give it 2 minutes. We'll give it a last 2 minutes. I know we're kind of, we're not used to necessarily seeing the new gold pricing. And thankfully, I'm not asking you for that. Thankfully, that price, that 69, that would have been what it should be. We know that's a tough pill to swallow when we're kind of used to hanging out at TVON, whether you've been with me for a month or a year or maybe all nearly 10. Whatever it's been, we're very accustomed to values. But let me tell you this, we have our own factory. We make all of our own jewelry. This is not something we can make for $1,000 or $15 or $2. And that is why the pricing is where it is. So this is a value. You've got a huge moment to dial in. You can go ahead and do that now because we have 2 minutes until it sells. When that clock ticks down to 0, it's gone. It's gone, and it's in your choice of gold. So remember, there's a lot of options beyond just that, okay, who wants it? Who's going to be top bidder? It's more like also think about what color gold you want, what ring size you need. All that's done for you. Even the shipping is done for free, so it's arriving at your home on us. And we have $1,000 only, and we're going to give it a final call. It's going to be 2 minutes, and then it's done, all over, no more Zircon. That's it. Take a look at it one more time. We've got $1,000 and one bidder, and maybe verifying over here, and we got 2 minutes on the clock. Keep an eye on that clock. We have 95 seconds remaining. And that's it. And when that clock hits 0, it's going to be gone. So we have our $1,000 bid. We're looking for 15. See if we're verifying on this one. We got our last chance, last call. That's it. And we will find out who our winner is. But we need you to dial in early because there is a delay. It's why we gave you 2 minutes. It sounds like a whole heck of a lot of time. But with the delay and the phone lines, and you got to listen to some recording of someone who probably sounds like me on the phone lines telling you a little blurb about TVON. So this is where, again, you really have to dial in very early on the phone lines to get in. Calling when the clock hits 0 is not going to be a good solution here. So give us a call early side so you don't miss out on the opportunity that is right in front of you. It's a really, really beautiful ring, and of course a very rare stone, and Zircon is a natural stone. It's not zirconia. We don't offer faux or synthetic or simulated stones here at this show. There's enough of that out there up and down the dial. You don't have to leave your home to find it. It's most of what's out there in stores, brick and mortar, on TV, up and down the dial, and everywhere else you go. There's enough of the faux. We are still one of the last standing when it comes to let's bring not only natural, but let's bring high quality. And then we're the only ones that are bringing high quality at value. I mean, if you got more money than you know what to do with, there's other places to shop. If you just don't care one iota about saving money and you're just like, give me the jewelry, there's enough places to shop for fine jewelry. But if you are somebody who also seeks quality and value, which is a rare combination to get at the same time, we are really the only ones in the game, truly. Tell me if you think otherwise, because I just don't think there's even any other option. Do we have $1,500? Oh, it's Jess on this one or Jason on this one? Or maybe, or Tim, are you on this one? Do we have 15? You got it? All right, we got $1,500 now. $1,500. We'll see if our $1,000 bidder wants to go to 2. We do have 15. Jason, I got one of those. You had to look at that phone before you put it down. Like, I don't know about, okay. So that's a no. You're not on this one. All right, so 15 going once, twice, sold. Congratulations, that's gone. 1,500 and out the door. How do you like that? Don't forget about our Paraiba piece. Here is, so speaking of Paraiba, obviously we have my gorgeous bracelet, but we also have a Brazilian Paraiba within quartz, and there's purple and blue greens, and it's our first time seeing crystals that are curved through the quartz, not just straight up and down. Look at that. Round stone, 1128205, happening at this very moment for the very first time, brand new. And how exciting is that? That is a beautiful round stone, and obviously this bridge is quite the hefty squared off style. So I like to get it up to the eye level here. Look at that. Cool piece, right? You've got a very distinct pattern. The lapidary did a great job almost creating the pattern out of the crystals that are naturally forming there. We have a 3-carat 25 round Brazilian Paraiba in quartz. It's got 67 points in the diamonds in that double row that runs underneath it. And it also is, it's a wow. It's a lovely piece because it's got the purple crystals as well. That is also Paraiba. If you're thinking, oh, look, there's amethyst. No. Oh, look, there's Spinel or Sapphire. No. Even more rare, purple Paraiba crystals and blue-green Paraiba crystals out of the #1 most expensive source out of 3 that have existed, and only 3. In the world of Paraiba, it's Brazil. Brazil was the original find. Brazil is still the ultimate find. Brazil is the most valuable, even when they're usually teeny tiny little stones. Here you don't have to deal with that because you're actually looking at the material in its natural state, in its rough material. And then it's all encapsulated within that quartz. So one stone grew within another. And therefore you get this big presence, because we all know the Brazilian Paraibas we've had here in faceted material have tended to be 1 or 2 points. Not exactly what everyone is looking for, because they're 1 or 2 or 3 points. Not big stones. This is where you get something very, very different. And that's the beauty of it, I think, as someone who, if you're like me and you like a little bit larger gem presence, you want your jewelry to have a little more wow factor and be really bright and bold and beautiful and be seen. This is the way you get your Brazilian Paraiba, because I have nothing of this size otherwise. If it's all faceted, it's little crystals anyways that then when they're faceted become even smaller. So that's the way it goes with natural material. The natural rough state is always going to be diminished when you actually facet away some of that material to be a perfect cut. So here's where you get the stone that's really kind of organic in its look. I think has a really cool kind of, vibe to it anyways. It looks very different than everything else you see out there, but it's also going to be a great price, because obviously want to make sure that it's workable for you. If you love it, you want to try it. Remember, you have a money back guarantee that you didn't have for about 2 months going on, and now you do. So, if that's what you're looking for and going, yeah, I want to make sure that I get it at home and wear it and it's on the hand, and, you want to see it and make sure it's right for you. And yeah, there it is. So you can see that from a distance away, and you really see the visual of those purple crystals popping through, but also the blue-greens are some of the brightest and largest crystals we've seen, and same kind of colors you would get from faceted material, but it's coming through within the round quartz. So very cool stone, very high-end designer band here, because you see it's got a lot of gold throughout, and that one's going to be, there's another perspective on it, we'll make it better than $49.99. A first caller situation, of course. We have reached the halfway point of the show, which means our yellow diamond pendant is coming up. And we're going to make this $1,999 for that one only. And let me know who's got it, because the Brazilian Paraibas have not been sticking around. Even our 1-pointers and our 2-pointers were not sticking around. Now we got the big material and the collectible material, something that you would look at a museum and say, oh, look, that's a cool specimen. And you'd walk by and it'd be on a pedestal and it'd be lit up, and you'd say, now that's cool. Now you have that to wear and enjoy, but in fine jewelry, in solid gold, with diamonds even running underneath it too. So that is an extra special way to do a Brazilian Paraiba, and yet you get a lot more of it. Let's show you the really quick yellow diamond pendant. This is very limited, and obviously going to be a beauty when it comes to bigger yellow diamonds are impressive. We know that. Yellow diamonds are extraordinary, and we've been seeing a few. We had a couple 20-pointers together in a ring earlier tonight. Let's show you what I know everybody is going to go crazy over, from not just a perspective of a treat yourself moment, but really a perspective of gifting. Because I think we all want to be the rock star gift givers that look like we spent lots of money. Whether you'd love to spend millions or hundreds of thousands, but we know that's not always a reality. But still make that person feel like they got that specialty piece, that beautiful, unique, like you really, 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 really care. And you want them to have something amazing. Well, this is the yellow diamond, brilliant cut oval. I'm going to come in a little closer because I really want you to see this brilliant cutting. First of all, if that was regular oval, and sometimes I'm going to have to bring one from home where I just show you what a regular oval diamond looks like. Because when you have a standard oval, versus what we get so accustomed to seeing here, which are those brilliant cuts. It is a completely different look. It's a completely different everything. And this is the wow of having item number 112-6579. Call me early. If you blink, you miss it. I've had so many people who've said, I don't know what it is about TVON. I watch and I watch and I watch, and then the second I see something and boom, it's gone, and before I could even call in, it's disappeared. That's what happens all the time. And again, we're not one of those companies that has tens of thousands of quantity. We don't sell in units or volume or in, things like that. We are just about really limited, high-end, best of the best. That's all we bring. So it's not like you have the luxury of resting on your laurels and saying, let me take a month to think about it and then I'll come back and get it. Nothing's here a month later, or even in this case, probably an hour later, because this is going to be a big special here. For our evening, as we are halfway through the show, this is our 50-point VS minimum. I only have a couple to go around. What we had to do was match these stones. And the matching is important because otherwise, I'm not going to have somebody get a bright stone and someone get a light stone, and one person's getting one that's very brown and one's getting one that's green. They have to be exactly the same. So if I'm going to have 2 or 3 of something, it better be identical. So I have a 50-point minimum, but with that color being identical, with the cutting being identical, sometimes they're going to be larger than 50 points. And so 50 points is the one I have here. That is the smallest. Okay, so now that we know that, you're getting 10 points in diamonds around it. This is your everyday wearable. This is something you wear every single day of your life without even taking off the other pieces that you already love, because you can stack it or layer it. You could upgrade. Maybe it's your basic white diamond. You want to go ahead and upgrade that to go up to that high-end level fancy natural color. You can do that, but it's also available as it is. So it's two-tone gold. So you're getting the white gold for the diamonds, and that would be all your white diamonds around it. You see the white gold in the back, the white gold in the bail. The only thing that's yellow gold is the setting for the yellow diamond. But the brilliant cutting is really what makes it. That's something we kind of gloss over because it's most of what we see, but it should not be taken for granted, because the brilliant cutting is really what takes a diamond of a high quality and really lets it shine. Quite literally, you see there's not, in a normal oval, you'll be able to sit and count facets, like you could see how many facets there are. And yet here, it just looks like that beautiful, brilliant cut, so it's glittering all the way through. Sometimes brilliants are only reserved for rounds. Here you're getting it with that bigger oval shape that also allows your diamond, your 50-pointer, to look even larger than that. Here's what it looks like from a distance away, and I'll give you the measurement and then we'll show it on the neckline. And we already have some callers on the phone lines. I'm glad to see it. They're the smart ones. They know exactly how this works and how pieces do not stick around, especially when they're a bottom of the hour special like this is. So you've got 5/8 of an inch top to bottom. Yes. The back will show again. I'm going to put it on the neckline here first for you so you can see how that's going to look from a distance away. I mean, how about this? It's not a 5-carat diamond. It's not a 25-carat diamond. And yet you are seeing the visual brilliance that has from all the way across the room. It is still showing the yellow color that's gorgeous, the brilliant cutting, which is so fiery. And a lot of people think it's just good enough to get the color, and we don't concern ourselves with still clarity and color and fire. We do. You want your yellow diamond to share the characteristics that you find in a good white diamond. But very few do, because it's good enough, or it's expensive enough because it's just a natural yellow color. Here's where you still get clarity and beautiful cutting. All the things we've been touching on that make it such a wow, even without having to be the 50-carat stone you spend millions of dollars on. You've got a 50-pointer here that's going to be just as wow look. Here it is up close again, so we can show you the basket work, the halo, and then here's that inside. So the under gallery, balancing it so it doesn't flip or turn on the neckline. It's made to be your new favorite piece right here, right now. And yet it is supposed to be $3,499. I invite you to take a look when it's convenient for you, whether it's a quick internet search, if it's walking into a store in a big city that has yellow diamonds that are natural, and check out what they're doing on half-carat yellow diamonds that, again, are natural. You are not going to find $34.99. That would likely be a tax price, like the sales tax on the piece. It's not even $34.99 tonight. We only have a couple available. It sounds like we already have 2 spoken for, maybe 3 now. Okay, 3. I've got really, really important value for you. It's just as simple as I can make it. And 60 points overall, 2-tone gold, and that is not an inexpensive piece. I will make it inexpensive just to make sure it can go, and happily. So you can make it yours and try it out and send it back to me if it's not all that. If that's not the prettiest value you have for color, quality, and everything else, here's the way you do it. And we're going to make it better than 34 or 3,000 or $29.99. Come on in. This is not a time to wait and sit back and go, maybe I'll get one, maybe I won't. When you see this value, the phone lines are going to be popping and everybody's going to be fighting over them. That's how it goes. We're not doing 29. It's a loss leader. I had to do one. Actually, I did 2 loss leaders last night. There were supposed to be none. I did 2 loss leaders. I've got one coming up right now for you, and it's not going to be 29 or 25 or 24, even $2,000 when there's a 60-point diamond weight, but that 50-pointer is in your natural yellow. It's unheard of. And we are the only place that makes yellow diamonds feel a bit commonplace. Like, we bring them often enough, and we bring them at a value that is so good. I think sometimes we forget how rare and precious this material is. I think we forget about how exclusive from Mother Nature this is. And yet it's not going to be 24 or $19.99. A better value is coming your way. Just dial in, as so many of your comrades are doing. They know, they're ready, they're getting in the values, they're taking advantage of my loss to be your leading value. And this is how we do it for better than even $19.99. You know what? Tim, I see you thinking about another one there. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's make it even better than $14.99 and send these on out. Great for gifting. Someone's going to think you went out and broke the bank to treat them to a special jewelry piece that everybody can wear. I don't think this has one different style or one specific look or one age group that it caters to. This is a true classic. And it's not going to be 14 or 13 or 12, 11. I mean, this is just value straight up. Gold alone costs this price when you're buying the wholesale pieces and the findings. And it's true. Again, you got a lot of wholesalers out there that are getting that for the finding right now. We're going to do better than even 11 or $10.99. It is a minimum of a half carat. If you're just even a reseller in the business who shops us to turn around and resell it and make a profit, go ahead. This is probably your best bet tonight. I'll make it $999 only for the yellow diamond pendant you see right there. And it's going to be for, I think we've got one left already because it's going so quickly. So Jason, one for you. Okay, everyone getting one so far? One for you, one for you, one for you. Okay, so we are down to 2 available, and that's that. And we've got lines of callers backed up in queue who can't even get through at this point. So it's go time. If you want to try to get one, I would say dial now or forever hold your peace, because that is not going to last at $9.99. And thank you so much. It's a half carat yellow. That's not like a composite made up of a lot of little stones glued together. That's one big center yellow. Who got yours, Tim? Oh, you didn't get one. Oh, that's one more we have. Who was it that I can thank? I thought I was going to have to say sold out before we even got everyone through on the phone lines. Well, I appreciate them dialing in early. They did not take one. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. All right, so we've got one more than I thought we did, which is great news. So you want it? All right, so now we're back where we started with, we've got now, yep, one left. All right, that goes to show you how quickly they go. Let's go final 60 seconds on that one, if they last. Well, I won't be surprised if we have to take that clock down prematurely there. $50 seconds remaining. You're looking at our top of the line value in a large yellow diamond right there. That's the piece. That's the value. Under $1,000 to get a half carat yellow. If that were in a box right now in the wholesale world, be a lot of people lining up for that deal. And instead, it's in finished jewelry with VS white diamonds around it, 2-tone gold, and we got 25 seconds remaining. And still one left. There's a really good blue zircon here, really good. And again, this is my only thing that I've got of the night here that's not a one-of-a-kind besides our hoop earrings that we're going to get last call to, which, very exciting to get 3 carats. Didn't we just have hoop earrings last night that were 3 carats 30? And they were 4 grand. I remember that. It was only a few hours ago. If anybody would like a 3 carat 12 hoop earring instead of the 336s, because the 336 were kind of those, you know, the big chunky diamonds, right, that some people love and some people don't, you know, because they're kind of hefty. This is the more petite version, meaning it's not as big a diamond individually, but it's got almost the same carat weight overall and still in the inside out style in 1 inch in diameter. So wanted to give these a quick look. It's 111-3479, and they're in the white gold only. And that will be it. Just the white gold. We're running out of jewelry. So let me know if you have any requests. We do have that Tanzanite top of the hour, which may be our whole last hour at this rate, because I'm running out of great jewelry to show you. So if there are any requests, tell me so we can bring something out from the vault for you to look at, because that would be lovely, because seriously, I've got like 5 pieces left, and that's not going to last me an hour and 18 minutes. But again, I'm still in that. I think they forgot I'm in that, like, I like to go really quickly, but again, trying to pace myself here. So we got enough to fill up the 3 hours. But did we have fun during that event where I showed you like 400 items a day? That was so much fun. I don't have that luxury now, but at least we get to really, hopefully just really get into the nitty gritty details and make sure that we, you know, get you familiar with the piece. And this is a pretty basic, but high end. What do I mean? Well, we all know a hoop earring. I don't think this is going to be about, have you ever seen a concept like this, or where else are you going to find it? Well, everybody's going to have a hoop earring. The difference is most people are going to have really, really, really ugly diamonds. And I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Diamonds that are not VS are just nothing to look at. And it's you know, usually all that's out there and accessible to folks, which is kind of sad, because if you want, this is why man-made diamonds are taking over the world, is because most people only have the budget for really low-grade diamonds and only have access to really low-grade diamonds because it's most of what stores carry. And hopefully this is why you've discovered TVON and realized there's another way. There is another way. And it means that you can have the great diamonds that cost you $25,000 a carat elsewhere. Like, again, not everybody lives in Beverly Hills or New York City. Now, we have viewers in Beverly Hills and New York City, but we also have viewers that are in more rural areas. We have viewers that are in other states that don't have big cities where the fine jewelry stores are. Because I'm sorry, there isn't a Tiffany & Company probably in the middle of Wisconsin or in the middle of Montana. You know, you're not going to find, and that's the shame of it, is that I think this is one of the great things about what we do, is that we bring that Beverly Hills, New York City, high-end couture quality to everybody. You don't have to take a trip to a big city to then go shop a retail price. That quality is coming to you, and you never have to leave your couch. And I think that's a really good thing, because that to me is luxury. If I never had to leave the house, that to me is a luxury. Like, I know a lot of people who work from home, right? They still work from home. Like, they worked from home during the pandemic, and they still do. Like, everyone I know almost, pretty much, besides my TV people. All my other people that do, like, you know, jobs, like not TV, they all work from home. And they still got that luxury. And I think that's really amazing because, again, just it's a quality of life thing. I love the idea you can shop and not leave home and not have to compromise what you're shopping for. That's a luxury. Because let me tell you, as someone who commutes a long, long, long way, who spends 3.5 hours in the car every day on a good day just to get to the job, you know, it's a luxury to not have to spend that kind of time wasted and really have that time spent doing other things, fun things. That's quality of life. That's what that is. That's just quality of life. So if you can do your shopping for your fine jewelry without getting a plane, like a plane ticket, which I don't know about you, but that's like a big thing right now. I don't know. A lot of people don't want to get on a plane right now, you know, and fly into a big city and then spending crazy money. This is just the easy way to do it. And we have 312 in diamonds here, inside out style. It's like our 336s. Instead of being 14-point individual diamonds spread apart, it's diamonds put seamlessly together that are still large. And then you've got the 1-inch diameter. And the great news is they've got that button release, which is so important. Yesterday's did not. And I got to tell you, I did hear from a few of you that said, I like the 336s, but I'm worried they don't have that button because you were just pulling them apart. Look at this. This is the button. And then so you're not pulling, you have to, so for anybody who's going to message me and email me when you get these home, let me show you right now how they work, because if I'm not doing that, you're going to be lost and you're going to be confused and you're going to be very frustrated. So here's how they fasten. You push them together, they lock. If you want to open it up, you don't just pull it. You have to press this button down, and that's what releases the little mechanism inside. So essentially, it makes it really easy to close them because all you do is push them together, but use that button when you're ready to take them off. That is your lock. Think of it like your lock at home, like your key to get in your door. That's the same thing you want to do. Press that down, that opens it up. Then you've got, you saw it didn't just fly open either. It's got a little resistant hinge to it. I'm going to put one on. You can, in the meantime, look at the one that's up close to really see that beautiful look there. And then look at this. Oh, how stunning are they? So a beautiful look in diamonds, of course, a really wearable size in that they are 1 inch. So they're not that overwhelming size. They're not going to be the piece that, you know, you need to worry about, oh, is it good for everyday wear? It's perfect for everyday wear, I would say. Perfect. It's perfect for that. And we're going to blow them out right now. There was a 3 carat 30 diamond weight for $4,000. Shouldn't this be about the same? They're not. They're a lot less than $4,000. They're not $39,000. They're not even $3,500. We have 2 pairs left, white gold only. That is it. Can't do any other gold colors. Can't do any more quantity. I don't think we're probably going to see them until probably the end of the year and the holiday season. So here's how you do it right now. We'll go back to the wheel, get you that close-up. Again, fine VS diamonds. No, we do not downgrade the diamonds because it's a hoop. It's that true, gotta be like, again, true to our quality through and through, no matter what the piece is. And we'll do better than even $35 or $34.99. This is a classic and iconic. And if you were thinking about the 330s, if you were worried about just the fact that they were spaced a little further apart, if you were worried about the fact that they might be a little too bulky or heavy, if you were worried about the fact that maybe you just want to see consistency to those diamonds, you want still big size in the round brilliance, but the shared prongs allows it to look like nothing but diamonds, but you still have a lighter weight earring, great for every day. They really are designed for every single day. And they're not $34.99. They're going even lower. This makes absolutely no sense because less than 24 hours ago, I was standing here offering basically the same size, and yet they were $4,000 and very popular. And now here we go with the better mechanism because it's got the locking button, and it's going to be better than even $34.99. We'll make them $29.99 first callers. 2 available, white gold only. That's that. It's all I've got. And they come to you. That's the best part of all. Have it delivered, you know? It's that kind of thing. And normally, I pay a big premium to have stuff delivered, so I don't need to run around, right? This is free delivery, free shipping, all of that for a day or an hour. Let's not take that for granted. It's everything we do, every item we sell is shipped to you for free. So you can have the luxury come to you, and that is the luxury. And then you love them and wear them every single day of your life and have the VS diamonds that make you feel like a queen. And that really is the whole point. So $29.99. Jason, do you have the first pair in the white gold? You will invest in them once. You wear them every day. I mean, most of us do who love hoops. You probably wear them more often than not. And this is your gorgeous diamond version, and nothing but diamonds because of course, the front of the outside, all lined in diamonds. So is the inside of the back of that earring, lined in diamonds. One pair gone, 1 pair left. Thank you, Jason. Who's got your pair? We do have the first pair gone. So it's going to come down to this. Thank you so much. We have literally 1 pair left. That's it. All we can do. Tanzanite's only 10 minutes away for our top of the hour. Very excited about that. It's a round and it's gorgeous. Love that one. I did flash it once. There's been some talk about it already. I do have an incredible zircon in a golden color and a yellow sapphire that's mighty, mighty fine in its size. We'll see a 2.5 carat yellow sapphire. Love that. This is what's coming. A gorgeous yellow. It looks like a diamond yellow, like a canary yellow diamond color in that sapphire, which is going to get you about 2.5 carats in size. So we love that. 1 pair left though, $29.99. That's the one to take. And now it's time for 1125663. Here's the yellow sapphire with a very, very cool mounting. Starts with a lot of gold mirror finished, ends with a double halo in diamonds. The first very large, the second a little smaller. That's the whole point, is to give a great texture to that double halo with that sundial design. 5663, it's a 241 oval, and that's unheated. Sure is. That's a natural yellow through and through. Didn't even get heat like most sapphires do. Look at that. 241 and 77 points in diamonds, and this one, it can't be changed in the gold color, actually. We can do yellow or white or rose. I wouldn't recommend the rose, but I like the idea of the white gold. I think that's worth considering. And we have the 241. It's going to fly. This is it just needed a markdown, and tonight's the night it gets it. It's getting a big old markdown right here, right now. And it will not be the $69.99 any longer. Time to let this one go. Here's what it looks like on the hand, by the way. This is a great looking style. Look at that. That's a big piece. A lot of gold going on, big sapphire in the middle. The yellow gold that's so complementary. I think that's why they started with the yellow. They wanted the complement to the yellow sapphire so that it can really kind of extend the look of already a large stone. 241 already kind of gets it a bigger face-up value, if you will, with the yellow gold right next to it, and then the diamonds. And we're going to make it better than $69.99. Take a look at this one up close. Okay. Here we go. Uh-oh, and I think our last hoop, I don't know, that one may be gone. Sounds like that last hoop is verifying right now. We'll do better. How about $19.99 blowout time on the yellow Sapphire, under $2,000. I have an incredible Zircon. Get a few little one-of-a-kinds in before our top of the hour and our big Tanzanite opportunity that is so good. I mean, so good. Thank you, Gloria. Where's she calling from? Is she in California or somewhere else? Is she? Oh, wonderful. I thought so. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Gloria. Enjoy your hoops. Jess, are you getting the last pair of hoops there? Oh, white gold's all we got in the hoops, and they are fantastic. Okay, so $19.99 on the yellow Sapphire, and then there is something special a-brewing here. And if you have any requests or questions, maybe you want to see the Kunzite again. We still have that big 30 karat plus Kunzite here for under $4,000. The Aqua that started the show is still here. Some really gorgeous pieces still hanging out. The Tanzanite in the fancy cut, also here. It was a pendant. Have that one for you. A couple really good recaps coming your way. But let's also show you this Zircon. So saw the pink Zircon. It was about a 2 carat. Look at this, golden, orangey, bronzy, kind of like a cognac. It almost looks like a diamond because it's Zircon, so it has a lot of similarities in the brightness. But then look at that size. 112-6624 is your item number here. Does anyone remember this ring? Brought it out from the museum collection a while back. It was prior to the big sale. This never made it to the big sale. It got kind of lost in the shuffle, if you will. And it's going to be right now one of our best and biggest values. It's 112-6624. It has a 10 karat 96. It's really, we'll call it golden. It's got a little bit bronze, yellow, orangey, golden, kind of like a champagne tone. All of that together in the setting with 39 points in diamonds that look like two big trillions, but they're not, they're rounds pave. And it is in white gold. And it doesn't have to stay that way. You can do yellow, you can do rose, whatever you want. But look at this stone. It was out of the museum collection, the private collection of Zircons we brought out. We had the best in each color. We had a pink, we had an orange, we had this golden, we had the big green, the big, what was the other one? The big white Zircon, big blue Zircon. There was one of every color out of the private collection that we had brought out right prior to our big Cellar Melted event. This was actually not even in the event because it was in a special section of private collection stones. And I wanted to bring it out tonight, not just to say here it is and it's back at $11,999, but to bring it farther down and actually beat what it would have been on sale. So it's better than Cellar Melted. It's better than 10% off because of what I'm about to do to this $11,999 incredible Zircon. Let's show it on the hand here, because I know you're going to enjoy seeing this one on the hand, especially with that movement. When you see it move, you're really going to see the color coming through. There you have it. Look at that effect. All the way through the stone, you see that brightness and liveliness it has. It's about to blow you away. The price tag is something special. No question, no doubt. Sometimes you just got to move jewelry. We are in that mode right now. It's let's move the jewelry. We've got an hour left. Big Tanzanite coming up for our top of the hour, and you can't miss that. It's only 4 minutes from right now. This will be long gone because it's not even $11,999, which I would have taken 10% off. So we're all bummed we missed that. Well, guess what? It still would have been $10,800, and now I'll make it less. And when it comes to stones that if you're not willing to go faux, but you like the idea of having a look of a diamond without paying, because this is obviously would be a fancy color diamond, and then with that color and size, it would be way, way, way up in the stratosphere of pricing that most of us would never be able to afford. This is how we make it happen, where you're not even paying 12, 10, 8, 6, 4. I mean, I'm dropping this in huge $2,000 increments and still not to my final low. It's going to find its way out of here and in a hurry, because today it's not even $49.99. That original price, there's a lot of people who are probably saying, it's too bad I missed that Cellar Melted event. I'd love to get 10% off those values today. You're getting better, and not by a little bit, by a long stretch. So this is how you shop it, and this is not even $49.99. First caller only. It's not $3,000. It's not $2,000. What have I done? It's an 11 karat private collection stone that looks as if it's a diamond, and it's only $1,999. So that I give 30 seconds, and that will be long gone. No question about it, because look at the value. 30 seconds remaining on that one. Shining, gleaming, glowing, and the stone that is known to have dated the earth here. We're talking about 4.4 billion years since that stone's inception. I mean, really, that's amazing. 1999. Okay. We'll see who's got it. We have 2 minutes left for our Tanzanite debut. That's the ring that we've been talking about. We've got a I have 2 rubies, by the way, under $1,000. We had a big ruby special earlier. I've got 2 left that are $9.99 each. So if you've been thinking about ruby at a great price, there are opportunities still awaiting you tonight. We're not really leaving this here at $19.99 with all those gorgeous colors in a monster size. Okay, maybe we are. And then also the aqua that we started the show with. So this is where I was convinced it would go. But I think a lot of people tardy to the party tonight. That's understandable on a Friday night. Take a look at that. The aqua is also $19.99. Just a little recap from earlier. So we've got either the Zircon or that gigantic Sierra Santa Maria. And that Sierra Santa Maria is a 459 oval with 82 points in diamonds. I don't know, it's looking bigger than the 11 karat Zircon if you ask me. So those are each $19.99. So 2 great choices there. And a reminder that our big 30 karat 19 Kunzite is here. And that is a very special elite value as well. That one right there is only $39.99. Yes. Let's go with the golden Zircon on the hand again. Here it is. Watch again the pop of color. Watch the waterfalls of light happening throughout this double refractive, beautifully cut stone at $19.99. That's what it looks like. Very symmetrical, isn't it? Very balanced, the way that the trillions of pave sit on either side. We are verifying on that golden Zircon. Looks for all the world like you're wearing a very important diamond. And really rare too, because the big Zircons and the fancy colors are definitely exotics, not something you see just anywhere or any at any price tag. That's a really good one. So $19.99. So is the aqua there you see there. So these 2, I know, very different stones, very different rings, but they are each the same price of $1,999. That does take us to the top of the hour. So we've got a very special top of the hour in about 15 seconds from now. Still have that big Kunzite pendant that is 30 carats plus. We will be seeing all of these great rings out the door by the time the show is over in 60 final minutes. But we do have the big Tanzanite deal coming up that is just kind of like the perfect poster child of blue ink block Ds, I would say, in the Museum Reserve especially. So let's talk about it. We've got those 2 here at $19.99 a piece, the Sierra Santa Maria or the golden Zircon. Let's welcome everybody to the show on a big Friday night. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. It's a pleasure to have your company here with us. I know it's no fun to do it without you guys, so thank you for your company and thank you for watching, and thank you to those of you who have been shopping tonight as well. Special shout out to all of you. But look at this. This is a really important round, and it's a 6 karat plus, and it's our Museum Reserve, but it's been waiting in the wings. And this mounting and this stone, we've had the mounting, but not paired up with this stone, because this stone was waiting from a very, very special, first of all, it was actually, I know I'm not supposed to reveal which stone is going to which museum. That is not something that I'm supposed to talk about for security reasons. However, there's a very well, because there's a lot of little museums out there. There's museums that we've heard of. There are small museums in smaller cities that are not household names. Then there are big museums that like everybody's heard of, that everybody knows, that you just want to go stand there outside the exterior so you can get your photograph in front of that museum. You know what I'm talking about. There are some really well-known museums out there. And of course, some specialize in different things. A lot of the well-known ones do a lot of artwork, and they are residence pieces that you see there. There are others that have rotating exhibits of gems and other things. This was actually reserved for one of the big museums that is going to be doing in the fall of this year. So we've still got a few months to go, but they're going to be doing, and nobody knows about this yet, which is why I can't say who it is. They're going to be doing their first ever gem exhibit. They are not normally a gem exhibitor, but they're going to be bringing in some of the best in gems and jewelry. They are going to be having pieces loaned out from private collections, from royalty and very well-known folks and beyond. And that includes the stone you're about to see. Now, that means you're probably thinking, how are they going to do that? Do you mean I'm obligated, like I'm contractually obligated then to loan my piece out to the museum? No. If you want to pick this up tonight, it's yours. and you do with it what you will. Now, I think for a lot of us, we just want to wear it. We want to wear and enjoy these blue wing block Ds, but hey, your prerogative. If you want to loan it out to a museum, even if it's in your hometown, and you want to loan it out, that's for you to choose. But this is what we have here, one that's been waiting and waiting and waiting, because it is our 6 carat 09. And it has, well, you see it right here. It does not get better than this round. I mean, it is. It's like if you were to choose one stone out of the entire collection that existed back in 2018 when it started, and if you were to choose just one stone that was supposed to epitomize what Blue Wing Museum Reserve is all about, it's this stone. It's still defying the odds because it's the round which normally takes the saturation down a level, and it's giving still all the saturation in the world. It's item number 8161. It is a fantastic piece. It's a 6 carat 09, which makes it, in my estimation, a perfect size of wearability for you. It's got a carat 14 in the diamonds. It deserves a lot of good diamonds. We certainly delivered there. And you've got a classic setting with even, look at this, the undergallery on the inside. So it's got even designer elements on the interior that only you know are there. And unless you actually take your ring off and let someone else try it on. But I'm always leery about doing that, unless it's someone I know. I'm always leery about when perfect strangers say, oh, I love your ring. Oh, can I try that? I'm like, no, you cannot try it on. No, you cannot. No, I do not know you like that. You know, they could take off. They could be Olympic sprinter caliber and just take off, and I'd never see my ring again. So I'm always leery about that. But again, I don't know. I live in a big city where you just don't do stuff like that. You got to be smart. But here we go with the 609. Point is, this is about as good as it gets. Comfortable, wearable. That undergallery has designer details built in to make sure it's comfortable when you have it on your hand. And here is just a little taste of what that's going to look like. From a distance away, it's on the hand now. You can see how that 6 carat is still really balanced. This is why I say it's wearable. Even if maybe you were thinking about getting a 2 carat or a 3 carat, I don't think that'd be bad to get the 6 carat because, again, because of the round symmetry, sits really balanced on the hand. Let's make it easy. Are you seeing the reds from a distance away? Because I know that's what's really, I think, is the highlight here. I think that's the highlight. Do you see what's happening? Because this is just a slightly lower light than when it's up close. And look at the dazzling reds that are coming through. All right. You ready? Have no idea what I'm going to do. I have no idea. I'm looking at a price. This is priced at $14,999. I can do it, but it's just going to sit here and we're all going to admire it. We're going to watch it turn from side to side and we're going to say, well, I wish I could do it. And then I'm going to get the emails tonight that say, hey, Lolo, psst, if you ever get the chance to mark that down, let me know. That's the one I want. If you ever can mark that down, if you ever put that on sale, let me know. And then you're going to write down 8161 in the little notebook and keep that handy. And you might ask every week. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to get this out the door. It's the last thing I do. We got literally 55 minutes left on our Friday. It is the weekend. We are excited to bring you value, the same kind of value you tune in for every single night. I'm going to blow this out for you as quickly as I can. And actually, better than blow it out, I want to make this really interesting. We're going to go and put it on the auction block. See, I think it's the only way to do it. And this way, let's imagine that not only is the museum piece essentially can be yours, but there's also the opportunity now to set up and make up your own price so that you don't have to abide by what it really rightfully should go for. And that's not a retail price or a wholesale price. That is our own TVON price. And yet it's not going to be $14,999 to start. It won't be $10,000. I kind of get a good feel when you're an hour or like 2 hours and 6 minutes in, you're getting a good feel for what's going on any given night. Some nights are just busier and some nights have bigger audiences and other nights do not. So it tends to be that if I'm running an auction, there's probably a good reason why. And if you're kind of sensing that there's going to be a little more dramatics needed, you're going to have to start lower. So that's what I'm doing. We're not starting at 10 or 9 or 8 or 7 or 6 or 5. And suddenly we're under $1,000 a carat on a stone that is not attainable by anybody else in this world. I don't care if you have a crown on your head, if you run a country, if you are a czar or a queen or a princess or a king, if you are a multi-billionaire that runs a tech company, I don't care who you are. No matter what level of wealth you've achieved, nobody else can acquire this material. And let's think about what that is, because that's invaluable. That actually is invaluable. You can't put a number on that accessibility. You can't put a price on getting something that nobody else has. When you have something nobody else has, it's a priceless piece because you're in charge. You know that? You dictate the price. If you get, for example, you get that 30-karat Kunzite and you go to resell it, you get whatever you want for that. There's not a market for Kunzite out there of that size and color. The same thing here. It's a museum reserve. This goes for anybody who already has a museum reserve. You ask what you want to ask. Now, hopefully you're in love with it and you never can imagine even parting with it. But if you are going out there in the marketplace, you want to sell it, you want to make some, you set the price. Nobody else has it. And it doesn't matter what retailers are doing or what wholesalers are doing or other shopping networks are doing because they don't have Blue Wing Block D. And I'm so tired of hearing people say that they've got the best Tanzanite in the world when it's clearly not, because we all know colors. And if it's got a light color, it's not the best in the world. There's just no two ways about it. There is only one source. I mean, that makes it easy. There's only one place to ever get it. And there was only one block that ever produced a higher end saturation. It was D block. So guess what? If it was mine in the last 15 years, it ain't D block. It's only C block. And that never has the saturation. So we are the only exclusive home for this. We are your family member in the business who is saying you can have our material too. And that's what I love about it. Take a look at this. It's not going to be $5,000 to start. Let's make sure we keep this going. It's not going to be $5,000 or even $4,000 to start. Now we're getting really wonky and I still am waiting and open. It's going to be, by the way, Tony, I was going to do $500 increments. I'm going to skip it. I want to bring people in, not keep people out. Let's not do $500. Let's not even do $250 increments. Should we settle on what's fair? $100? $100 increments? Yes. Does it? Oh my gosh, did you see the under gallery? Oh, she missed it? Hold on. I was really into the under gallery. I really am into that under gallery because A, there's a designer motif and it doesn't even really need an under gallery, but it's got it. And there's that designer under gallery with all those little clovers. And then, yeah, that's going to make sure it's nice and, you know, little extra little pizzazz for you, but also making sure it's comfortable. And here it is on the hand again. And I think we're verifying $4,000, aren't we? Tell you what, let's make this even better. I don't know. I'm up here freewheeling it. We just got to move some jewelry. We got 50 minutes, and this might be what we see for the next 50 minutes. It's beyond museum reserve. This is the one that was set aside as the #1 because, of course, well, it was a situation where we had all the curators together. And, you know, this was only about a year ago when the museum reserves were all set aside and it was clear that we were running out of the regular Blue Wing Block Ds. So we actually were getting the museum reserves prepared to go, like, which stone is going to which museum. The curators of the world got together with us, and obviously this was something that not everybody flew in. Some of the curators flew in if they were kind of close by, or if it worked into their schedule, they flew in. Others were actually joining us on FaceTime so they could see the color of the stones, and everybody was seeing which one was best for each place, each location. This was the one that was reserved for the ultimate high-end, like the name you know, that's going to be doing this incredible exhibit come fall. And I figure if I do this right, they can be without this 6-carat 09 museum reserve. They can be without it. They can show some other things. They can show the rubies and the sapphires of the world and the pretty zircons and all that. But I am much more, I love a good museum exhibit. I'm a big fan of museums, but I will say it means a lot more to me if we can get our TVON family equipped with the best Tanzanites in the world. That's what I'm here to do. If I was interested mostly with prioritizing museums, I'd go work in a museum. But this is where, again, I think it's a lot more fun to take you and I, consumers, regular consumers, who don't necessarily have a well-known name or born into a royal lineage or run billion-dollar tech firms where we have all the money in the world to collect natural gemstones. This is where you and I deserve the same quality of stones. Just because we weren't born into royalty doesn't mean we don't deserve that best of. And that's what I think is such a privilege about standing here and talking about this stuff, is because you guys get that opportunity. And I'm making it affordable to do so. We're not asking $4,000. Kind of thought we'd have an open by now, but sometimes I get surprised. So let's do even better than $4,000. I don't know what to do. $3,900. Let's go there. Every little bit helps. I'm already too low. It's a $15,000 TVON ring. What about $3,800? We have no bidder, no open, nothing going on except maybe show me the inside. This is spectacular. I don't know if this is looking like it does. Do y'all see this at home the way I'm seeing it? I hope so. I never know. Everyone's got a different, monitor and setting and color at home. I don't know how you're watching, TV, phone, computer, but that is as good as it gets. And I have sold some like 12,000 individual blue wings at this point, and now a lot of museum reserves. So here we go. I am not going to do $3,800 to open. We are getting too low. How about $3,700 to get it started? Why do I keep on lowering this? Oh my goodness, this is happening. Really, truly, it's real life. This is like a pinch me moment. Definitely call in here, because I don't think this one is going to be, I don't think it's going to be around for long. 37 we don't have. Okay, so I got to give up. I got a 15, I'm so far from cost right now, it's silly. If I sell it, I'm in all kinds of trouble. And I was thinking when you're this low, you're going to start to naturally get, a few dozen bidders. We don't have any, nothing, zero. I got nobody. So here's what I'm going to do instead. We're going to make this really, really, really affordable. And I think it is right now, but I think we're all kind of, maybe we're thinking about it or getting on the phone lines, whatever it is. I'm going to make this a $10 increment. So let's get that out of the way. So in case you're, second bidder, third bidder, okay, no problem. Let's make it $10, okay? And let's go even lower on the open. I don't know what else to do. What else can I do? I can't pay you to take it. Legally, that's not allowed. Like, I can't say, I'll give you $1,000 to take the ring. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Yeah. The most I can do is buy jewelry for you at this point, without, yeah. So I've done that a few times. Let's do this, guys. Yeah, do we have the open at 37? I'll tell you what. We're verifying 2 callers. I got the $10 increment instead of the 100. We got rid of the 500 and the 250, and now we've gotten rid of a $100 increment. And we're looking for $3,700 to get it started. And here we sit. Do we have the open? We've got the open at $3,700. Thank you so much. 37. And now the real fun begins. I got to find a way to get a lot more people on the phone lines, because we now have the open, which means what? It will sell. It has to sell. I've got an opening bid. We've got the bid. It's going to sell. The question is, does anyone else want to get in? And we're so far away. And I don't joke about that. I don't fib about that. That is a fact. We are so far away from cost on this ring. And it's a carat 14. A carat 14 in diamonds. I'm going to give you a little inside track here. This ring was, you know how the ring's made, right? The ring is made where the mounting is made first. The gold is cast. Okay, the gold is cast in a mold. That basically means the gold. Then the diamonds are all set by hand. So then you have the gold and the diamonds, which is the mounting, the semi-mount. And then the last step is that Tanzanite is set. So when you put all that together, should have been $14,999 sale price today on the air. Obviously, we abandoned that. But here's the issue. Just that gold and diamond mounting without the 6 carat 09 incredible #1 museum reserve going to the biggest museum that we know of. That alone, just the diamonds and the gold without the Tanzanite, is more money than where our current bid stands. So that is what's so important to remember here, is that when we're talking about under cost, I'm talking about under cost on the mounting itself, because it costs us more in today's day and age to make that gold and diamond mounting than is what is reflected with our opening bid. That is our only bid so far, and we're at $3,700 only. So what do? We either wait 44, or actually, yeah, it's 44 more minutes of the show, and we give it a 44-minute clock to get something other than 37, or we just give it 2 minutes and sell it, and I figure out something else to show you. Because if it's not that Tanzanite that's interesting or what you need today, we need to show you more. But if it is Tanzanite, or you want to go with the ultimate round, or you want to get the museum reserve, the ultimate high-level museum reserve, this is it. So let's take a look at, I don't even know if I'm ready for a clock. Should I try it on again? What about the folks that just tuned in at the top of the hour? Here it is, the ultimate high-level must-have museum reserve. I cannot let this go. Could I offer them something to not take it? Is there anything I could offer them to retract their opening bid? Honest question. Could I offer something to say, please take your bid away and give it back to me? I didn't realize it was going to be this quiet of an auction night here, but that's what I'm up against. You just never know. I put these auctions up. I don't know. I don't have Nielsen ratings. Thank goodness, right? I don't know how many people are with us. I don't know if we have 5 people or 500 people or 5,000 people. I don't know. My own family doesn't even watch anymore. They get so bored of me, I think. Yeah, it's true. My mom's probably watching tennis right now or baseball. She's probably got one screen on the tennis, one screen on baseball. I know her. She ain't watching me anymore. She actually said to me the other day, if you start bringing new jewelry, I'll watch. I'm like, okay, all right, Mom, deal. All right, so here we go. And I said, hey, there's some new jewelry. Let's move. Let's just do this, guys. Shall we do it? Nope. They're like, nope, I can't offer them anything. I tried. I gave it the old college try. They're saying, nope, I'm taking the ring. I'm stealing the ring. All right, well, let's give it 2 minutes then. Just see if anybody else wants to come on in. You got it. It's, guys, you can't call me in an hour. A, we're not going to be here. But B, you can't call in an hour. The ring's going to be sold. You've got to dial in now. And I'm only asking for a $10 advance at this point. So we're looking for $37.10. I mean, just going down to this level when we are literally below the price of the mounting. If you had your own manufacturing facility right now in your backyard, you would not be able to make that carat 14 diamond and gold mounting for $3,700. I know that because we can't. And we have our own jewelry manufacturing facility. It's 30 feet away from me. So if we can't make the mounting, and now we're adding a 609 round stunner in the middle, and that's why it should be $15,000, and now it's at 37, and it's gonna sell. It will sell in a matter of 2 minutes. That's my final call. It's my last resort. And that's all we can do. $3,700 and $10 away from being yours. So are you ready? Does everybody have their phone? You ready to go? You got it? You ready? We're ready. You've got the phone ready to dial because that's the phone number. If you've never shopped before, you still want to be dialing in. We can get you all registered and set up so you don't miss it. But take a look at it one more time. Let's give it 2 minutes. Wow. Now that's why you don't miss a show. And for the other people who are missing the show, who catch up tomorrow morning and go, what did I miss? Well, it's only happening here live. And there it is. Final. Did we, you're out? Last call. 1 minute, 14 seconds. Let's try it on again. You can choose your gold color. We've got the mounting ready and waiting here in yellow. Rose gold we don't have, but we'd make it. I'm not going to recommend rose gold. You will send it back to me. You will say, I don't want rose gold. You'll send it back and say, put it back in the white or the yellow. So get white or yellow. Don't even think about, the rose gold. Please don't. Just take my advice there. Take my sound advice. You can have yellow or white. And here's our last call. We have 45 seconds remaining, and it will be sold. Who do we have there with the open? Oh, okay. All right. So one open bowed out, another open came in. Got it. Well, hey, it all works out sometimes the way it's supposed to, doesn't it? We have 30 seconds left. Let's see if Tim wants to be in on this one. We still have about 25 seconds to get any last minute bidders in. See where we're going here. $10 increments, white or yellow, I recommend. Again, you can do yellow. It doesn't have to stay in the white. Just want it to be however you're going to wear it the most, however you're going to enjoy it and love it the most. That's what's important. And so 3,700 going once, going twice. Do we have anybody else? Tim, are you on this one or something else? He is. Okay. Well, that was a big 2 minute clock that didn't amount to anything. Do you want to see something again, the rubies? Tim, I can just go ahead and show you what's left on the rubies. Sorry, that's my water bottle popping. I'm using a very big gallon water bottle today. Yeah. She's behind. Ooh, she's watching the rubies from 2 hours ago? But see, here's the thing, Tim. Can she catch up? Because I don't want her to ask for something that's already sold. If she can come back to live, how does that happen? Does that happen online or on the TV, or how does that happen? I don't know. I don't watch home shopping. How do you get 2 hours behind? Is it from watching online and then not refreshing or something? Is that how it happens? Honest question. I don't know. I don't watch our show because guess what? We don't have a show when I'm not here. So I don't get to watch it from home. So I'm not sure how that works, but let me show you, Tim, if they can come back live somehow with us, I can show you what's left in the rubies, and that way they won't be disappointed. This one's sold. Congratulations. Let me just go ahead and show you what's left in our rubies because it sounds like we have some questions about that. 5 earlier, down to 2 remaining, all the same price tag, $999. Here are the 2 options. So we have the ruby here in the more classic setting, and then the ruby here that has almost a star-like design made of the big diamonds, and that's going to be your choice of. Okay, so they are both $999. That is all that remains in the ruby selection. The rest are completely gone, and thank you again to everybody who did pick those rubies up earlier tonight. Okay, and then we still have a big white diamond pendant. We've got a big aquamarine to recap for you. The Tanzanite, I'm guessing that Tanzanite just didn't look good on TV. I don't know. I can't imagine why we weren't getting a lot of money for that Tanzanite. But hey, congratulations to Karen who picked it up. Well done there. And then here we go with either of the rubies. So again, the left side is going to be item number 112-7470. The right side is 7093. So 2 great options. Choose which one you like better. They're $9.99 a piece. They're both in platinum. They do have the tapered baguettes and the rounds on the left side, and you're getting a little bit more of the fancy cuts there with the marquise cut on the right. So 2 great options, $9.99. They were here way back in our first hour, so if you missed those, nice to see them recapped. Tim, was that helpful to them, or? Okay. A reminder also about the Kunzite pendant that is also here, the 30 karat 19, emerald cut, super saturated. Here she is. That's the big one. That's the 30 karat 19. We've got that for under $4,000. A 3019, stunning, stunning stone and beautifully cut. Look at that. We always talk about the emerald cuts are usually going to get a little more pale through the middle. Not happening here. It's item number 112-8418, and that is the 30 karat 19 with the diamond and white gold bail right up top. It's like giving me like Chrysler building vibes up top. I like it. It's very, very cool, very Art Deco. Okay, so that's $39.99. Just want to recap that for you. Sounds like we're good on our rubies. We have all satisfied our ruby needs tonight. Here is our big, beautiful Sierra Santa Maria. I just think this is one of those values that it kind of told me right from the start. We might have a little viewership issue tonight because that is one of the automatics. But the fact is it's still here at the moment at $6,993. That is a big Sierra Santa Maria, and it also has a 459 size. We are not unaccustomed to seeing big Sierra Santa Marias. They normally go for, well, it's right up there. $79.99 is the was price. That's the normal price you pay for a 459 Sierra Santa Maria with color like that. This one is $19.99. It's a blowout. It's a huge discounted blowout price tonight for one caller only, and I got to try it on. It's got all the color in the world. It's the best of the aquamarine. Stunning look, amazing quality, double halo, 82 points in diamonds there. And it's all here for $19.99, but there is only one available. So that's all I got. That's the one you get. It stays in the white gold even. Can't change that. You wouldn't want it any other way. And by the way, we upgraded the gold to the 18 karat. It's not 14 karat gold. It's an 18 karat gold ring. That's also very important. And there it is on the hand. Yes. Which one? Kunzite? Indeed it is. Kunzite may be going out right now. This is the aqua. This is usually the time of night when people start to tune in here, but we only have about 30 minutes. Thank you. The Kunzite pendant is gone. It was $84.18, Jess, in the white gold. This one stays in the white gold. We are not waiting long till that super saturated aqua is going to be finding its home for a, yes, you see it there. It's a $6,000 discount on that ring. So there is a mighty fine value awaiting you there, and with that double halo, and I love that upgrade. Gotta love that upgrade in the gold too. That's very important. And then we have last call in the show, so please, if we have a request, get them in. We're happy to help you out with the requests. I've got a big time Zircon. It's a blue Zircon. We do have a conch pearl. We've got the bracelet I'm wearing, which is the Paraiba bracelet. Very important piece. We have Tanzanite earrings, but they are mighty, mighty, mighty large. And then here we've got to see this. This is aqua, so that's the beautiful blue beryl. We're going to go to the other side of blues here with the bright, super fine neon of a blue Zircon. And one of our most valuable of the blue zircons is sitting right here on your wheel. It's item number 112-6407. And don't forget to call me on the Aqua because that has got to go. And here we are with the big blue zircon that is coming on down to a screaming discount. $646 is the size of your blue zircon with $127 in diamonds around it. And all the way throughout that split shank and then that halo around what is one of our more saturated blue zircons. So it's bringing the neon. And we're going to blow it out. It's our first time bringing it below $59.99. We have a huge deal. These are one of a kind, so please feel free to dial in early so you do not miss out. Cannot have that happen. Cannot. It's an important time to pick up the line here and grab it because it's actually less than $3. Half off is $3,000. Let's go lower than $29.99. Better than $29 or $28. I got to move jewelry. We got 33 minutes left in our Friday night. Yes. It is. Actually, we have 2 available that I know of. So, yeah, you can still get the mother of pearl bracelet from earlier in the show. We have a lot of pieces from earlier clearly going right now. Don't forget about the aqua and the zircon that are $19.99, the 2 rubies that are $9.99, and now this one is better than $28 or $27. It is $26.99 for our big blue right there in that lovely zircon. Does anyone want to see what I think is the best designer pendant we've ever had? Brooch and oh no, is this only just, oh, it's only a brooch. Okay, never mind. Let's see here. We've got diamonds galore, big emerald here, mandarin garnet, big ruby gents ring. That's kind of exciting. Don't see many big ruby gents rings that are under 10,000. I've got one tonight. And then here we go. This one coming up. Look at this blue zircon. This one has got to go on the hand here, though, so you can really appreciate the size of that 6 carat 46 private collection. Some of the brightest. It's like a, it really is. It's like a bright neon blue. It truly is. That's like what the ideal Paraibas in the world should look like. They just rarely do. And that one's $26.99. It's just another blowout. Just another one that's got to go here tonight with a carat 27. Again, it's another one that's less than the price of the mounting by itself. You could take the stone out, and I should charge you more for the mounting. And it sounds like Tim may have this one. Then I have an apple green tourmaline, the epitome of neon. This one is sold. Thank you. Here we go with $47.86 on the way. Take a look at this tourmaline. It is so bright. This almost looks like the color of neon spine, does it not? But spines are very soft, so we don't tend to show them much in jewelry. The spines that are color change are one thing. We see kind of those neon spines or the OGs. This reminds me of that because it's very neon chartreuse color. It's item number 4786, and that's going to start with a platinum mounting. It's got the beautiful elongated oval in that tourmaline, which is a 448. And then you're also getting a 12-point diamond weight just in pave. Now, it's interesting. You've got, it's almost like a band within the band. You've got a lot of platinum presence here. And it's an apple green, really. It looks like that bright, tart Granny Smith apple color is really how I would relate it here. Beautifully, beautifully done. Obviously, you've got a lot of platinum weight. And then I love that it's the knife edge style within the outer edges there that makes it so interesting. And then you see that even the tops of the prongs, because it is, the corners you see here are the prongs, but the tops are done in diamonds. And then you've got that knife edge style done in pave as well. First collar situation. It's going to be one of our best. And this tourmaline, it's so funny. I would expect it to be copper bearing because it's got a lot of neon. I'm not going to call it that because we don't have it listed as copper bearing, but it certainly has that neon glow. Take a look at it from a distance on the hand. I think you'll see what I'm talking about. You know what? I'm looking at $49.99. I remember that price. It's a distinctive stone. It tends to be a memorable one. I have a lot of great tourmalines on the air, but that color is very unique. So that's not what we see all the time. So it tends to be memorable. And I'm going for a memorable night. Let's go for better than $49.99 all day. We got one piece, stays in the platinum. We'll size it. I'll make it $1,900. You know what? Skip 19. Let's go even lower. Crank up the values. It's our last 29 minutes now. We got to crank these values up. Let's make it better than 19. This one's going to be a little laughable. How about $14.99? It's a 448. Neon, clean, bright. What about $14.99? What about better? Let's go $13.99. I got a men's ruby coming up. Gentleman's ruby ring on the way. We've got a beautiful dragonfly brooch. I don't even think they like $14.99 tone. I'm going lower. I'm not doing 14. I'm not doing 13. I'll blow it out for $12.99 First caller on that one, $12.99. You want to say goodbye to a Tourmaline in a hurry, that one's gonna go. I also do have a star ruby in a necklace. I do have some huge Merengue Spinel studs. I've got a very large 4-carat emerald, and we do have a imperial topaz in an emerald cut that is absolutely sensational. I have what I think is the prettiest pearl pendant that I've ever had. I adore styles like this. This is what you see walking JCK, and it's an enhancer. Let me just show this to you because this is really one for the ages. And those diamonds look pink, don't they? It's like the essence of a fawn diamond. As I move it, sometimes they look champagne, sometimes they look pink. They really are like fawn diamonds paved with the greenest of pearls I've ever seen. We talk about Tahitians that should have some green. This one's practically all green and such a beautiful luster. It's reflecting all the diamonds like a mirror, and it's item number 1123221. This is just gorgeous. That has high-end designer written all over it. By the way, the chartreuse tourmaline is still here. But this pendant is actually an enhancer, so that bail will flip open. You can wear it on pearls. Can you even imagine if you have a Tahitian pearl strand, how gorgeous this would be, dangling from a Tahitian pearl strand. Oh, I can't even stand it. 13.5 millimeters on the pearl. Diamond weight is 320. Champagne, they're really pinky champagnes. You can see it plain as day. Pave white diamonds and tapered baguettes, and it's in 18-karat gold, and it's finished like this, and it's an enhancer bail, and that is not a dyed pearl. That is all natural. And we have one piece. And I know it's not inexpensive, but you know what I'm doing? $29,999 is a price of the past. I'm going to do a lot better right now for you. It's Friday night, but we have 26.5 minutes. That's it. That's all we have to shop. Now, don't fear. Don't fret. We're back in a couple hours. This is our quick turnaround time where we go from nighttime to morning. So we're back with you in a few hours. So there's more jewelry on the way, and you know we bring it on these weekend shows, right? So I hope. And it does. It's meant to look like an oyster. It really is. That you got to believe. I mean, if that's the obvious statement of the year, they're really, I think, taking that natural organic stone, because you know pearls are organic, right? It does. Now, you know, again, pieces and designs are open to interpretation, but there's some that are just obvious. This is really meant to look like the inside of the oyster shell where that pearl naturally would have been derived, where it's sitting. It feels very much like, again, I talked about this earlier, where the center pearl is the inspiration for the design. I have it on the hand here just to show you the size that it's delivering, and it's obviously quite impressive, and it's supposed to be $30,000, but if we expect it to go, we got to do better than that. And it definitely has, look at this, 2 inches top to bottom, close. I'd say 1 inch and 7/8, but I'm being very picky in particular, but that's what I am. I'm picky in particular, so. I mean, how many pieces did I have to reject? You know, just on the air even, I'll reject something if it's not good enough. I'll reject it. I mean, why? If it's not good enough for me, it's not good enough for you. If it's not good enough for you, it's not good enough for me. Simple as that. So here's what I'll do. I'm going to put it on the neckline, and we'll get you a discounted price. And we're going to send it out of here. That's the most important thing. Love the greens in that pearl. It's so impressive to see that pearl, and use it with your big chains, your omegas, your pearls. Again, you have that ability. You're not stringing things through it necessarily. You can. If you're using a basic chain, put it through the bail. But if you need to put it over beads or pearls, you open up that enhancer bail and it pops right on. And it's not going to be $30,000. It's not 10. There are high value pieces, and then there are truly one-of-a-kind museum statement pieces. This is it. And I'm not asking for $10,000 or $99, $89, $79.99. We have one. It is spectacular. I'll do it right now for $6,999, and we'll say goodbye to that one. It is about time that gets its rightful home from a great collector. It's the ultimate. That is some serious high level everything, from the gold to the diamonds to the pearl. That's a high level piece of jewelry. And it's our last call on the show. Yes. Yeah. Did you take one? Okay, so we still have one left. All right, thank you. Who was that? Oh, Sherry in Texas. Hey, Sherry, thank you so much. Hope all is well in Texas, Sherry. Just in Texas. Ah. Oh, you mean so we don't need to do it later and sit here all night? Oh, that's good. All right, good. That's good. Okay. All right. So coming up next, $69.99. Okay. Oh, that's not bad then. Okay, good. All right, so here we go. So we can wait. Okay. Take a look at this men's ring. I just thought, usually a men's ruby ring, because men's ring's got to have a bigger stone. I'm not going to probably put a 20-point stone in a men's ring. So you end up getting a 210. Well, I was just thinking about this. I had a 210 ruby yesterday in a lady's ring, and it was $59.99. Now I have a 210 ruby in a gents or ladies ring. To be honest, anybody could wear that. It's a wide band. There's a lot of gold. It's got diamonds, and it's a 210 stone that's not going to be $59.99, so I had to bring this out. It's item number 1122982. Don't hesitate to call me on the pearl in that designer pendant. That is, I think it's my favorite pendant here besides the Kunzite that already sold. I love that Kunzite, but yeah, the pearl piece is 1 in a million, so grab that if you can. If it's at all accessible, you're going to be very happy with it. But here we are with the 210 ruby, super clean. Yet again, there's that clarity we love, that clarity and that glow. And then it's got 36 points in diamonds. They wrap up. They actually do ramp up, and then they go around and down the other side. So it's kind of like, okay, this big merry-go-round of diamonds around what is a cushiony oval or an ovally cushion. And it's going to be one only. So gals can wear it, gentlemen can wear it because it's a mid-size ring. Does have the finished under gallery as you see there. I want to try it on so you can gauge right now if you're going to be able to wear it, because that's what matters. We know the value is going to be there, so let's make sure we just establish if the styling is going to work for you. And here's the value. Like I said, there was a 210 last night. It was $59.99. It was a heck of a value. Now I'm going lower on the same size, the same origin, the same gorgeous glow and clarity we expect, and yet it's not going to be $59.99. That's the deal. It's going lower, and that's what's the thrill about it. That's why I just showed you this Friday night, all about the values. We carry on in the morning. We're here at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern. It's only 14 hours and 20 minutes away, so it's going to be an exciting, exciting day of values. So will Sunday. We got a whole Saturday and Sunday lineup that's going to wow you. I guarantee that. But here we are with the ruby piece. It's not $59 or $49. I'll blow it out for $39.99, and that makes it our most affordable large size in a ruby, and yet you're not giving up the color, the clarity, or the glow. And that's always what's so challenging to get with the rubies. I got to do some recaps here. I'm not leaving anything from the show left here tonight. If you want to ask about that Paraiba bracelet, we've got it under $100,000 for a very large diamond weight and Paraiba weight. So that is one I would seriously inquire about. I've been wearing it all night. It's if anybody's into the dragonflies, we have a beautiful brooch that actually is a dragonfly design with a very, very cool collection of stones in it. I'll just flash it here. We'll see if anybody loves this one. It's a dragonfly in 18 karat solid yellow gold. It's got the cat's eye chrysoberyls through the body and then the ruby eyes. And it does have a few diamonds as well. And that's going to be, it's actually your diamonds are a halo around the cat's eye that's right there below the eyes. That one is 18 karat gold. It's item number 1128031. We are down to 20 minutes, so let us know if you have any other requests or recaps that you want to see sooner rather than later. But that is 170 in the cat's eye, 12 points in the diamonds. Doesn't look like we have a ruby weight. That's okay. Okay, I'll take free rubies. Not many people are giving away free rubies, so I can be the one in the world that is, and that makes me very happy. It's a brooch, so there's the pin right behind the wingspan of your dragonfly, and it's going to be here down to 1,900. You know what? Skip 19. Skip it. Skip 1,500. Skip $14.99. We're doing better than that. It's a gorgeous piece. If you wanted to kind of finagle it to work on a chain, you probably could. You can use pins, especially when they're horizontal like that. You can oftentimes work a pin, so it can be a pendant as well, kind of make it a little bit of a pendant on the fly. You'll be able to do that with a bigger chain. But you know what I'll do? Make it $12.99 instead. That's it. $12.99 on our dragonfly brooch, or again, could be a pendant if you want to get creative with your chains and just kind of slip it through either side of the pin, and then you have multiple ways to wear it. But it's got that 1.5 inch styling, that big size. You'll see it here top to bottom, and then I'll get you a little wingspan reference there as well. There you can see it's about 1.5 inches top to bottom. Same, pretty similar width-wise here. Yeah, it's going to be about 2 inches in the wingspan there. So 1.5 inches up and down, 2 inches at its widest point across. So $12.99 on that one. Let's go back to the wheel. I'm going to show you the gents ring one more time, and then we're going to put up our last minute $19.99 discounted pieces. This is a little bit shocking. I've got two incredible pieces. If you would have asked me 3 hours ago what I think are going to be the first and fastest to go, I would have said two of these three. So let me actually add 3 rings to the mix here that you might not have seen for a while, and yet we're going to get them all to the same price, and every single one of them is really breathtaking. They've all had full presentations here tonight. I'm going to give you a recap, especially important and vital for those of you that just tuned in, or maybe just tuned in the last 10 minutes or so, which is usually when a lot of Friday night viewers kind of arrive. So let's take a look at our blue wing. The round is already gone, so now we have this oval option, which is our 3 carat. I think it was, 358. So we have the 358 oval. I do have this huge zircon, and this one still blows my mind. That gorgeous golden. It's such an interesting mix of colors together. It's a huge zircon. It's almost 11 carats. And then we also had, yes, the Sierra Santa Maria. Also still here is our Sierra Santa Maria oval with the double halo. All 3 of these rings, go figure this out. Every one of them, and I wouldn't be surprised if one collector took all 3 because they're vastly different. I mean, that would be seriously the makings of a collection. You could get all 3, have totally different stones, all with their own historic background, all with their own really important features, and yet all very different designs. And really, isn't that what a jewelry collection should look like? Different stones, varying colors, different designs. Well, all 3 of these rings are the exact same blowout price. And they're only $19.99 a piece. So any one of the 3 you'd like, either the 358 Tanzanite with a lot of gold, and that one's got 33 points in diamonds, or do you like the 459 Aqua, that has 82 points in diamonds, it's 18 karat gold, or the Museum Private Collection. This is the Private Collection Zircon, multiple golden colors throughout. That's got the 1096 stone with 39 points in diamonds. It's in the white gold. You can change it, and that's going to be $19.99 across the board. That is a last look at those 3, and then we'll figure out some new pieces to show you. I also had 2 rubies still here for under $1,000. We had our Paraiba in quartz. That was also that was a really good value. That was $19.99 as well. So also the Tanzanite pendant, I'll recap. We had a Tanzanite pendant. Actually, let's show you a few more pieces. Everything, $19.99. Watch this. We'll zoom back. I'll get a few more options. Again, all fully presented in this show so far. But I know it's a Friday night, and that means we may have missed out on a few of them. So let's just take a look. I also have the Brazilian Paraiba in quartz with the purple and the blue-green Paraiba crystals within the quartz. And then I also have the yellow sapphire that is unheated, untreated. This is the 241. And that's going to be, you know what, everything, $19.99. All 5 of them. Everything up there should go. No question. Those are some of, I mean, that's an all-star. It's an all-star cast, really, of like a who's who of what could be the best individual items I show over the course of weeks here on the air. And yet they're all here in one show, in one recap wheel. 15 minutes left to go on our Friday. I see you right back here in the morning. It's only 14 hours from now. I hope you'll join me. It's going to be a big weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We've got really incredible daytime shows. They're both 10 to 1 Pacific time. That's 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you join me for an incredible selection. And that's where we're really, I hear we're really going to load up the weekend shows with the brand new. So you're going to see a lot of those brand new pieces, designer styles, one of a kinds, of course. So you have to be here live to take advantage of them. But let's look at this $19.99 wheel. It's awfully important, isn't it? That's going to be, again, I'll give it maybe 60 seconds. Should we just do it? 60 seconds only. And they all have been fully presented. And that way, if you need to see the graphics again or see them on the hand, obviously you let me know. And you tell me which one of those 5, Aqua, Paraiba in quartz, Tanzanite, or the yellow sapphire, or the golden zircon, which one? For $19, we are not leaving them here. Those are some of the most epic values we could ever bring you, and they're all here on one wheel. Some really, again, very unique styles. I mean, I think there's something up there for everybody, as long as you like some more stately high-end jewelry. Certainly, they're all of that higher end, but $19.99 is not a high-end price. And we, I know a little something about All-Stars. So this is where you go. Take your choice of. Get whatever one you want, $19.99. We've got our final seconds remaining. If there's any questions, some do stay in the gold color they're in. Others can be changed. So I guess we kind of leave that up. I think we can, actually the only one that's got to stay in the gold color it's in is the Tanzanite. Everything else can be adjusted or changed to your liking free of charge. Does that sound like a plan? So you can change the gold color again on everything but this one. The Tanzanite in the middle, that stays in the white gold. Everything else, You get to change to whatever gold you like. Are you telling me that, yeah, you could get the yellow sapphire and white gold? You could get the zircon in yellow. Yes. You want to see it? You got it. Here's the golden zircon. I'm still amazed at what we did on that price tag. Excuse me, yellow sapphire. Here we go with the golden zircon on the hand. And watch this again. Just show you what none of the stones, not even big diamonds, can do. Very few stones have double refraction. The zircon family is one of them. You've got that chance right here. Look at that color ripple all the way through it. It's such an interesting color blend. It's got a little bit of bronze, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of orange, and really sunshine yellows that burst on through in that stone. It's $19.99. Why is it here? And I love it in the white. I would leave it just like that, but you can change it if you want to. Like we said, change anything in the gold color up there except the Tanzanite in the middle. Everything else you can adjust to your liking. But thank you. Enjoy that zircon. That zircon is gone. So now we have our All-Star 4, and that's okay too, because we love a good All-Star cast. And you know what? We've got another great look at that. I will show you the Tanzanite pendant that we had too. We had a gorgeous custom piece in Tanzanite. It was one of those fancy cuts, so we'll show that to you as well. Thank you on the zircon. Let's do the same with the Tanzanite, the yellow sapphire that's unheated, the beautiful Sierra Santa Maria aqua, and then you've got, of course, that Brazilian purple and blue green. Those are Brazilian tourmalines in quartz. Ooh la la, very, very high end. Also have that recap on that Tanzanite. I do have a couple pieces under $19.99 as well that are still remaining. So we will share those with you. I do have this one. This is that emerald from way back when. That one's actually going to be $12.99 if you want that Colombian emerald that's bezel set. $12.99. It's our 39-point oval with 27 points in the diamonds. And they're both, you've got baguettes and rounds. That's going to be in the yellow gold. It's 18 karat. So that one's $12.99, just so you have something else to kind of fill in that space there. So it can be $19.99 or under. And so there's the emerald. And then also in the under $19.99 category, I had this gorgeous diamond, orchid, and sapphire pendant. So it sits like this, north to south. There's a blue and a green and a pinky Paraiba in the sapphire rounds. And then the diamond weight is 110. That's $14.99. Yes. Aqua, gone. Congratulations. Here it is on the hand one more time. 6993 is your item number. And again, that doesn't even need to stay in the white. I would recommend that, leaving it in the white gold, but you don't have to leave it. So the aqua is now gone as well. So our zircon has found its home. Our aqua has found its home. Now we have the Tanzanite, the Brazilian tourmaline and quartz, and we have the fabulous yellow sapphire. The emerald is going to be $12.99. The Pendant Flash is $14.99. So we got some big values here and got to move everything off that wheel out to you. So again, we'll clear this show away. So basically by the time the morning arrives, no, there will be nothing left from tonight's show. This is where we go about it. So $12.99 to $19.99, you decide. Also, we have that pendant, which again is not going to sit on its own, but here's another look at that pendant. So that beautiful 110 diamond weight with the sapphires right there in the middle. Every sapphire, by the way, in the pendant is unheated. So you get the blue, the Paraiba, and it's a blue-green in the rounds that are diamond cut, so they look great. And that's going to be 110 in diamonds in the orchid style. $14.99 on that pendant. And then let's see what else. Oh, you know what we haven't shown yet is the pear-shaped star ruby. Most always, this is very interesting, most of the time we see star stones in an oval, right? I hadn't really thought about this. When do we see a pear shape with an asterism? You've got it right here. That's a star ruby, everybody, and a super defined star ruby with a great translucency to that stone overall. Diamonds up top, diamonds around, and then, of course, that beautiful nested design where the stone is set so it can move within the pear-shaped design. It comes with the chain. I'm going to show it on the hand. This is a mighty fine value. It's 8001. It's all done in 18 karat gold. It's in the white gold. It'll stay in the white gold. Take a look at that. Star ruby. This is a brand new designer piece. And it's our star ruby. Look at this chain, box link chain, fully adjustable. So you can make it shorter than 18 inches if you want. So you can also wear that with other things. I love that hang tag that's got that mirror polish to it in an oval shape. And this star ruby is, remember, it's 18 karat gold and it's got a 133 pear-shaped star ruby with 51 points in diamonds. I'll give you a length on the pendant itself. We will then show it on the neckline, but it's also going to be okay, a $49.99 piece that can no longer be if we're going to move it out. And we have 9 minutes to do it. And there it is at 7/8 of an inch. Here's what it looks like on the neckline. Ooh. Ooh-wee, so pretty. And no, it is not going to be $19.99 like everything we had on that wheel or less. I'm going to make this better. We will make the Star Ruby pear shape so incredibly affordable. This is $14.99 tonight. $14.99 for the Star Ruby in a pear. And you can see it all the way from where you're at home. You can really see that asterism come through. It's defined. It's amazing. And we'll go back to the wheel. I mean, what in the world? A Star Ruby in the pear shape. That is so good. Okay. Last call on our wheel here. $19.99 or less. Thank you, one and all. We've got a few short minutes left in the show. Need to hear if you have any questions about anything you've seen. What was that? Tim, did they have a question or need a recap? Nada. Zero. Colin looking for the pizza delivery. Where is my pizza? When will he be here? It is Friday night, and this is when our last call is. Also, reminder, there is the dragonfly. And then let me clear the wheel, because I did want to highlight a Tanzanite fancy cut pendant that I had for you earlier that was way back in the beginning of the show. And it's such a good cut, such a unique style. Item number on this one is 1128413. There is our fancy cut. Blue Wing Block D. Now it's big because we just had 5 rings up there. And now we're showing you how the one looks right there. Isn't that special? 6 carats 14, not too far off from the size we featured in a ring that is now sold via auction earlier. So now we get to see a really good fancy cut. It's kind of like a super elongated trapezoid meets trillion. It is our 614 with 3 points in diamond accents that are sitting right atop where your bail is. And this one got way down. Really excited we can bring this to you. Huge value. Big moment right now. Let's take it all the way down, $29.99 for that pendant. It is hard to believe that we can make a big Tanzanite of that size in a fancy cut that nobody else is going to have. Only $29.99. There's a big value there, and one caller gets it. I'll show it to you a couple different directions here. We are down to about 6.5 minutes left to go. I see you back in the morning. Do not forget, 14 hours from now, it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So we look forward to rendezvousing together for a very big Saturday and Sunday. We have 3 hours each of those days. They are in the daytime, and they are 3 big hours that you can never miss. That's really, really important. And here's what this one looks like from a distance away so you can see it. It's got a decent sized bail. I would say limit it to your more basic box link and rope link chains. That's what I would recommend there. It's got a great, you see how all together it's like a pyramid style. Here's that length once again. You can see it's just under an inch at 7/8. I will show that to you. There's what it looks like, 7/8 of an inch, and then I'll show it to you from a distance away here. On the neckline, so you can really start to see the gorgeous red colors that come through. On that fancy cut, it's under $3,000. And if there is anything else that you have questions on, want to check on availability, see if it's still here, you know what I should do? Let me recap that bracelet. I think we still have one left on the mother of pearl bracelet. I think. Do you guys know if there's been any others that have sold that I didn't hear about? I think we still have one left on the yellow gold bracelet that was $499. Yes, you heard me correctly. We actually have a piece of fine jewelry for under $500. It's not easy to do in today's day and age. Take a look at this. This is the 7 to 8 inch mother of pearl. Obviously the Paraiba bracelet's going to be a tad bit more, but the bracelet that you see here on the left, that's actually $499. So you're seeing all the information now. It's got the lobster claw closure on one side and the adjustability of the extender here. So that goes 7 to 8 or anywhere in between. And then it goes 3 in 1. As far as this pattern is concerned, there are 3 different mother of pearl links for every mirror finish gold link. So it goes that pattern all the way around the bracelet for you. And you've got a lot to look at here. And of course, it's a nice wider style where you see that no matter what, you always get a nice flash and a nice little finish. And of course, mother of pearl is like a subtle, beautiful glow. It almost looks like if moonstone were opaque. It's a bit what mother of pearl looks like. It's got that beautiful pearlescence of having pinks and lavenders, greens and blues together. And so those really beautiful rectangular links, every 3 are the mother of pearl, and then you've got the solid mirror finishing of the gold. So it's a piece that's hard to do justice to on TV. It's really one of those like all mother of pearl and really all pearls. They really look their best when you see them in person because these harsh lights don't really do any favors to the pearlescence or the luster of a pearl. So that's something to keep in mind. It's $4.99. It's our last one left though. So just keep that in mind. If you like the Paraiba bracelet I'm wearing, that's an all the way around 8.5 carat Paraiba and diamond bracelet. The diamonds are over 5 carats. The Paraibas are over 8. And that is a bracelet that we've got for under, somehow, some way under $100,000. I'm actually going to do halvesies on it. That's under $50,000 if you'd like that Paraiba bracelet. Something to keep in mind. There's our last of the mother of pearl. Just wanted to let you know. There's the pendant at $29.99, 8413. So it is now last call. The show is over in 3 short minutes. So what else are you thinking about, or what else can we show you before we head on out? And see you right back here in the morning. Don't forget about that pearl pendant that looked like the oyster itself with all those fancy cut diamonds, those fancy colored diamonds. Also want to recap a gold quartz in a pendant I had earlier tonight. It is the gold quartz pendant in an oval. Let's take a look at that. That's going to be 112-6615 right here. And that is our gold quartz and a lot of diamonds. That's going to be 6615. It's a 323 gold quartz. And the diamond weight is 27 points. It's in the white gold, stays in the white gold. And that one is down to $999. So we do have a last call. Mother of pearl bracelet, Tanzanite pendant. Still have that gorgeous star ruby in the pendant. That was lovely. We also had that big yellow sapphire. Don't want you to forget about that yellow sapphire. Unheated, untreated 2.5 carat yellow for $19.99. The values tonight, don't ask me to make sense of them. They're not making sense. And you have about 2 minutes now to take advantage, because here's why. This show goes off the air in 2 minutes. A lot of pieces sell at the end of the show because everybody's seen everything. They're considering what they've got to have. So very, very, very rare for a piece to stick around till we see you in the morning. So please don't wait to pick it up and dial in right now. There you see our last 2 minute countdown is doing just that, counting down. So make sure you get on the phone lines. We'll help you out. Still a couple really good pieces like that Gents ruby, 2 carat 10 ruby for under $4,000. We had the Tahitian pearl pendant. One for the ages, $69.99 on the Tahitian. I can't believe this gold quartz is only $9.99. And then, of course, there's your inside. Isn't that nice? They leave it open so you can appreciate the stone from the back as well. And then, of course, we're going to give you a last look at the Tanzanite here also, which is going to be that fancy cut for $29.99. Please don't miss that. Love that almost spire design up top. That's going to be your bail, and that is item number 112-8413. And again, thanks so much for joining us and being with us on this Friday evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you picked up something tonight, because if you did, you scored an amazing all-time value. Still have a few pieces left to consider before we finish up here for good in our last 55 seconds. I do want to remind you again, tomorrow morning. So again, the nighttime shows of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday shift to daytime shows on Saturday and Sunday. And I'm with you from 10 a.m. Pacific time to 1 p.m. Pacific time. And of course, that's 1 to 4 in the afternoon for our East Coasters out there. And let's not forget about our central time zone. That would be, of course, noon to 3. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. It's in 14 short hours. So we'll see you back here. A lot of brand new on the way. Very excited about our Saturday and Sunday that we have really jam-packed for you. So it's going to be very eventful. I hope you can join us. And of course, sale deals, sale pricing, big values, all of that you come to look for TVON to bring even in today's day and age. Don't we love that? So we'll see you guys in the morning, starting bright and early at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern. I will be back with you. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching and shopping tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. And from all of us at TVON, thank you so much. I'm Lauren Blair. See you in the morning.